Welcome to Through the Wire.
Through the Wire. Last time we did that, we had like almost 1,000 people saying it back.
That's crazy, man.
2,000
people saying it back.
It's just like
Now you sound like him.
we were in Miami. Right?
Hey, we threw 25,000.
It's cool to be back in the set, man. It's cool to be back in the set. As
It
much as
feel
we love
foreign.
travel, it's been a while since we've done an episode like this. That's what
I haven't been in the studio in like 2 weeks.
That's right. That's
right. Like y'all had to do a show without me.
And people
was
said
great.
in the comment section, it might have been the best episode.
It was
of Through the
great.
Wire
Oh wow,
ever.
that's amazing.
That joke's been said like 5 times.
Anytime somebody misses the show. Before we get into it, I'll remind you to leave a like on the episode. If you are on the audio platforms, come over to the YouTube channel. If you're on the YouTube channel, go to audio platforms and download. Because I've been looking heavily on the podcasting charts, and we doing all right, but we could be doing a lot better. So go over. We also are starting to drop one extra episode of Through the Wire periodically, only for the audio listeners, because you visual people get videos like the Hot Ones video that we dropped yesterday, and the audio listeners just get 2 episodes Through the Wire. No, we increasing that number, but just for the audio listeners. So if you're on YouTube channel and you want more Through the Wire, go ahead and download us on Apple, on Spotify, on Stitcher, on wherever the hell you can find podcasting, because you will get an extra episode.
And that content is gonna be like the after show content that y'all love to hear. Y'all gonna hear stories, us having just casual conversation.
Yeah, run us up, because the last show, people keep asking, what's the end goal? What's the end goal? The end goal is to be the face of the shit, to run this shit.
You know what's funny about the podcast and stuff, though? Our downloads, as far as the audio show, are actually amazing. But because of the podcast chart and algorithm, it doesn't care because we've been doing it for so long. Like the show that I just started, it gets 20% the amount of downloads is Through the Wire, but it's the number 2 sports podcast in the world right now.
But we can't complain. We can't complain
With
because
Jalen Rose and them,
so we can't complain now because we
Somebody
sound like
tweeted
Jalen
us
Rose.
yesterday saying that Richard Jefferson shouted us out at the end of the Pistons game yesterday.
What way?
I guess nobody's watching because I did not see that tweet.
In what way?
I didn't know
Like
that.
he said something at the end of the game. I don't know what he said, but somebody had tweeted us saying that Richard Jefferson just shouted out Through the Wire at the end of
We
the game.
did briefly see him in a win, but he was talking to somebody, so I didn't want to say nothing.
The win is crazy, bro.
Ridiculous.
You just see so many players and just coaches and just
Sure.
That
high-end
reminded me
people
of
just-
the first year we went, when we went to Caesar's Palace, and it felt like everybody was there.
Yeah.
So I guess everybody got tired of that, and they went to the win.
Yeah.
The first thing I got to say is why it's on my mind. The Hot Ones video was incredible. A lot of y'all see I got a weak mouth.
Somebody had said you nibbled on the wing. You didn't even eat it.
Nah, that shit was that hot for me.
I got a weak
The Mike
mouth.
Ball burner. That's why I love you, bro. I saw him put it on Twitter. He ain't really Austin.
Holy shit.
He was able to joke her and take it.
Yeah.
He ain't take it too seriously. That's why I felt comfortable saying his name, because I had a couple people in mind, but I'm like, it's all, you don't know how people gonna react.
Yeah.
But I knew Mike Ball burner would be a good sport about it. You know, I only said that because I don't like Mike.
Right.
So
And that's the consensus
having
for
somebody
all of us.
hype him up,
Yeah.
and I don't like him, I automatically don't like his burner. But I can't wait to meet you in Toronto, and
That's
I
a
want to
born
say,
hater right there.
yeah, I am.
You don't like to see me have fun.
Lance Stevenson was born ready. I'm born hater.
Yeah.
But no, I just want to give a big shout out to Mike Ball burner. More people should be like him, because now I feel more comfortable interacting. Like I tell people all the time, I'll interact with the same people, not the same people, but I always interact more with people who I know can take the joke. That's how me and Reese became so cool, because I can call Reese a stupid
Yeah, he got
ass,
that
and
same-
he's gonna call me a stupid ass back.
Yeah.
And but nobody's serious. Nobody's on the phone, Twitter like.
Reese told me the other day, shut your ugly ass up. I ain't get mad.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do with the homies. So it's like when you can.
We do be kind of ripping on Reese.
You're right, because he does it back all the time. He'll DM me like, "Hey ho, I got a question." But that, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I see people that can talk shit and do the shit that I can do with y'all, the banter, it just make the relationship a little bit better. And then when we get to meet in person, then it can really, because I kept going on Reese at the live show. Shout out to my boy Reese, this little short ass in the back, can barely see him. You know what I'm saying? But no, shout out to the Mike Ball burner. And I had another shout out to give. Shout out to everybody that was in Vegas.
Yes,
A lot of people showed up. We got our boy Cone, Click, Alex Hoops,
Rusty pulled
Rusty
up.
The NBA
Buckets,
community
Pick a
was in
side
there.
pulled up.
Pick a side. I feel like
The
no
yeah.
ceilings.
I think Dom 2K was there.
Oh yeah,
But he didn't stay around to like say what up or nothing.
For real?
Because he tweeted the start bench cut that Darrick brought up with Elijah Wan, Duncan, and whoever the hell was left. Shaq. So he had to be there because he did it in real time.
Damn. Shout out to my boy Dom 2K. I didn't see him at all.
Yeah, would have loved to meet you.
It seemed like the whole entire NBA Twitter community was just in one room.
Yep.
What's my guy name? Is it like Trevor Noah?
Trevor Noah.
No, not Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah's
that's
like
the
late night TV show.
Yeah. It's the he pulled up too. He's in the community.
I don't.
Terra Nova.
Oh, he did. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he pulled
I didn't know he was there.
He DM'd me.
I don't know if I've ever seen his face. That's probably why.
Yeah, he said he had the dip.
Okay.
For the hooping, he was hooping too, but I think he left even before.
Oh, so he was running with. Okay.
He went to that hoop session. Okay.
Yeah, there's so many people that are in the community that don't do like video, like
for
actual
sure.
face videos, like essay type shit. So I don't know exactly what they look like.
Right, because you said you ain't know how Alex Hoops look.
Exactly until I was shaking his hand.
When he greeted me, it was like D Mills is Alex Hoops. I was like, oh, what's up, bro?
At least he know to say Alex Hoops.
Yeah.
He had me on his thing before, so I know how he looked. And he's showing his face a little bit more and his newer stuff. Somebody else.
It's the way to go.
The 6 Man, when I was on their show, they was talking about you because you had them in for the off-season shit that you was doing.
I just got invited back, so I'll be on their show.
Yeah.
Because I'm very bullish about their team right now. I've been watching a lot of Franz Wagner in the last 48 hours.
I saw because you put he's still on the radar. I'm like, what the fuck you watching?
Man.
I was wondering where that tweet came from.
It came
it's
from
so
just
random.
me watching film and being like, damn, imagine if we kept that pick.
I knew he was about to say that. I knew he was leading
You want to
up
know
to
crazy, funny? Not even crazy or funny, but I'm in this meeting, the meeting that I went on at the Win, and we're at this breakfast spot, and the Wagner brothers walk in, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm in this meeting, but I'm thinking in my head, I want a picture of Franz because I think internet-wise it would go crazy, because I would title it like "What Could Have Been," because he was the pick for the Bulls, and I think it would have did numbers.
But you know what was crazy?
He was eating breakfast. That's why I didn't.
Y'all probably wouldn't have picked him.
That's how I feel, but also Carney Showers was involved, and he does love international.
Who would y'all have picked? Franz was 6th or 7th? 7th.
I would still taking Patrick Williams.
Who was the?
It's a whole different draft.
Yeah, whole different.
Whole different.
Who was the rawest talent?
Oh wait, yeah, my
projected
Zaire Williams.
We would have had Zaire Williams on the roster right now. Right now.
That was a little rich, even with him going at 10. Yeah. Who did No, y'all would have taken Davion.
No.
Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell with the Bulls, full court pressing. That's a great pivot. Is Franz always going to be underrated? And the reason I ask that is because I think he's just in a perfect situation. And guys who hit the perfect situation early, I think when we look back on their career, we label them as like underrated. But in reality, they were probably just in the best situation. I think some of the worst thing, I don't want to say the worst, but I always see guys who let's use Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown had an amazing year last year, especially in the postseason. And I think part of it was because his role and the amount he was paid. Now, he's a $20 million man. The role obviously grows with the bag. And now that kind of sets him up to potentially be overrated because if the production doesn't match the bag. Does that make sense? I think the same thing happened with Trevor Ariza after they won a championship with the Lakers. He won. He was a nice young player off of their bench, energy. Somebody threw a bag at him, and Trevor Ariza he wasn't an all-star wing or nothing like that. So it kind of was just like you lose your underratedness when you get that bag because it don't match the production to the money.
I think a lot of underrated stuff goes away once you do it in the playoffs because that's where the most eyes are and that's where the stakes are the highest. Right, so Bruce Brown, even if he didn't get the $20 million contract, I don't know if many people would have called him underrated because he did it in the finals, and now he's more readily known as a guy that can be productive. Like when Franz Wagner signed his extension in a couple seasons, if the Magic have never made it to the playoffs in that time frame, they're going to be people like, what? That's a lot of money for that dude. But if they hypothetically they make it to the playoffs as an 8 seed, they take 2 games from the 1 seed, people are going to realize that he's that nice, and then he won't go from underrated anymore. He'll be because he's more known. When I think of underrated, in most cases, it's like for the casual fan to not recognize how nice somebody is.
But that's why I say he's in such a perfect situation where that's Paulo's team. It's going to be Paulo's team. Right. Franz is always going to be the Robin to the Batman in that situation. I always feel like that leads people to be underrated unless you're fucking Kobe Bryant next to Shaq, where it's like you still get there. But it's always going to be the Jaylen Brown. people still feel like that we don't know what Jalen, because it's like, oh, he could go somewhere. He could be the man. He could probably be as good as. Will Franz have that? We're like, man, Franz had his own. They had this conversation was going on with Klay Thompson. What would Klay Thompson look like with his own team and not next to Steph? So that's why I wonder if he going to always be a tad bit underrated, because people going to always say, what would he look like in his own situation?
So you're saying that more so if you're the Robin, everyone's going to have a cloud over you of like what you could be. And I could see that.
It's not negative. It's just a curiosity
Especially
of a basketball
started
man.
that way.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, I think Franz is in the perfect situation.
I think so too.
Being next to
that's what I
Paolo,
was gonna say.
it takes the light off of him and it makes the game so much easier for him. So, like, I think that's like the perfect situation.
Because, I mean, we haven't seen his full potential yet, but his game looks like it fits really well next to a number one, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then for the Bruce Brown thing, I honestly think that, like, for him getting to pay that money, I don't think, like, for me, I don't think his production has to be crazy to match that money. We all know what he's going to bring. I really don't. Because, first of all, what was he making prior to that?
Like $7 million.
6 or
7
7
million, which he was already outplaying. So we already knew he was going to be around, like, at least 15 mil.
So last year, if for reference, he averaged 11.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot average that as a $20 million man.
Is he starting?
He probably has to.
That's the biggest
Is he
question.
He
starting?
probably has to.
Yeah, they got so much talent.
And
over
if he
there.
doesn't start, he'll play starter minutes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a given.
So boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. His production do got to go up, but it's just
No,
I think he can match 20 mil, even if it's not like, oh, he not averaging a dub or something.
Oh,
like
hell
that.
yeah.
Also, 20 million
But-
is not as much money as it was 4 years ago. It's a lot
That
for
is-
Bruce
that's
because he
another
was a
thing, too.
6-man practically.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly.
I'm with KB, though, with the underrated thing. I think it's more so just like it's not as many eyes on him because he's not doing it during like the big moments or the playoffs. It's kind of like during the regular season. And, I mean, probably halfway through, people aren't as in tune as they were starting off with watching the Magic.
The real question is, does Benedict Mathurin start this year? And if it's Ben coming off the bench again, then I was.
What would he
Bruce
not?
Brown.
What if he doesn't? What the starting lineup look like?
It would probably be Reese, Bruce,
Buddy.
Buddy, Jarris or Obi, and then Turner.
Yeah.
If it was my 2K
I would
league,
love
I would have
Jarris to
Benedict
start.
For the
Mathurin.
defensive versatility.
Yeah.
Their defense was ass last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know he's a rookie, and he'll probably take even more time to adjust defensively. He's got, like, the intangible parts down pat, passing lanes, right place, right time type stuff, and we're seeing that in Summer League or
Yeah.
when he was playing in Summer League.
And he seems like the guy that you could throw in the fire and he'll adjust. Because, like, he doesn't really require much. He's not a ball-dominant guy. It's not like he's a guy who's coming from playing, like, where he was the number one option. He's just pretty much just going to a situation where he just had to play with energy. And I think he could do that. At
Y'all
the
think
NBA
that's
level.
guaranteed he start?
No.
I was
Hell
gonna say,
no.
I'm
think
just saying,
Obi's
like,
I think
yeah.
Obi's taking the starting spot.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised you start the season and Obi's in the lineup at all.
I think Obi starts too, just because of what you just said. You talk about energy, just bring that off the bench, let him grow
What did Obi
slowly.
shoot from 3 last season? Let's figure that out because
36%.
last year was 34.4 on about 4
Close.
attempts per, which is not bad considering his first 2 years were 30 and 30%. So he improved in that aspect. Of
Hey,
the
playing
game.
with Tyrese, that might jump a little bit.
Going to get more looks. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming that all of Obi Toppin's 3-point shots were wide open. It's not like he's getting face guarded coming off screens and shit like he Klay Thompson. But I don't know. We'll see what the shot quality looks like.
Take
I
that
really
same-
like that team.
You know who said the expectations go up? Fred. Did y'all see Fred MVP pivot? Yeah. So even somebody like him, champion, all-star, even he is like, yeah, it's just definitely go up. When you get that bag, everything goes up. And I don't think he's going in there thinking he got to score 30.
Yeah.
But he's saying like the Rockets got to get back to the playoffs at some point.
Okay, I'm glad it's at some point and not like next year.
No. But he just said he knew what he was, like, because they like, man, do the expectations change or do you feel pressure? He like, yeah, I feel pressure because the expectations definitely grow. I know what they need from me. They looking at me as a guy who won a championship, be a leader, lead this young group so we can get back to the playoffs. And it's like, that's a fact.
I like that.
It ain't a pressure to where, like you said, nobody's looking at Bruce Brown all of a sudden become a 25-point scorer, all-star wing. But he definitely can't
It's the same
average
thing for-
11 points.
Same thing for the Pacers. The Pacers trying to get back into that
Yeah.
mix.
Do y'all see
That's
the
why they did
Rockets
bring in some
making
guys.
that kind of a jump?
Right now in the first year?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that type of pressure on this young ass team.
Yeah.
I don't see them as a
Because, like, the
playoff team
Pacers
right now.
made a big jump. Like, when Tyrese, like, was healthy and they were, like, the 4th seed.
They had a
Like,
lot
they were
more
playing-
pro players there.
Yeah.
And Benedict Mathurin was godly for the first 2.5 months of his rookie season, and then he fell off.
But Miles Turner's a vet. Buddy Hield's a vet. Tyrese Halliburton he was a young player, but he wasn't a fresh rookie. So your top 3 players, and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody that was on that team.
Well, Chris Duarte is like 40 when he was drafted.
Andrew Nembhard had a really good season too.
As a rookie too. Yeah. Their rookies was really productive. Who was they for? Aaron Neesmith was playing.
Aaron Neesmith had like a resurgence.
Where do we see him at? Oh, outside of the Thompson Mac. But yeah, so the Rockets are just too damn young. You know what I'm saying? They just a little too young. Because of what you got Green, Tari,
Şengün.
Jabari, who?
Şengün.
Yeah.
And then the rookies.
Amen, yeah. So maybe not this year, but I could definitely see a world where they improve much more than 22 wins.
I wish that they would have consolidated better. Like, I know that they did the deals thinking that Brook Lopez was coming, and that's why they shipped out Tata and Ousmane Dieng and all of that. Because the OKC Thunder are about to go through this too. What did I say?
Ousmane Dieng.
Oh, Ousmane Dieng is OKC. My fault. OKC's about to go through this too. Right now, if you look at their roster, they have like 20 people on the roster right now. And they also have 50 first-round picks in the next 5 years. So it's like, you're going to have to do some type of consolidation moves. The Rockets, most of their consolidation moves were like for no value practically because they thought that they were signing Brook Lopez. And I was expecting, get some seconds, get some lottery. But I mean, it's not like Tata watched as a first-round draft pick type of talent, but just try to get something for nothing.
You mean in exchange?
For the players.
Yeah.
And they just didn't do that. It was kind of like, here,
he was going to be in your deal. He was.
Yeah. No, they just kind of shipped them away.
Was a first-round pick.
For roster spots because they wanted to free some stuff up, which is, part of the business. Brook Lopez fucked them up. Let's be real. Messed up a lot of stuff.
Giannis
but I'm
made that
actually
fall.
very,
DeAndre
very
Jordan.
happy. Gave him literally. I'm so happy that they didn't get Brook, not because of that, because I don't want to hinder Alp's development and taking minutes away from him because Brook Lopez is going to warrant 30 minutes a game because he's that good defensively. And now Alp, even though the back end is probably not going to be great defensively,
Jack Landale.
Oh yeah, I watched a TikTok of his like day in the life of a Houston Rocket.
For real? He got the one
Was it
already?
Yeah,
Motherfucker
it
ain't
was
got a
him
crib.
signing his con- it was
I
like
was
a
gonna say, motherfucker
B-Day.
ain't got a crib yet.
He was over in Australia, and then I guess he verbally agreed to sign. Then he came over for summer league to do his physical and all of that, and he kind of walked you through what an NBA physical looks like.
Oh wow.
And that makes me understand how they found the cancer in Karis LeVert. Because it's an extensive physical. You got to go through a lot of shit to kind of green light that you're ready to play basketball. So he went through that.
Forgot about that with Karis LeVert.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, boom, he's good. He signs his contract. He puts on fucking Houston Rockets sweats, goes to one summer league game. He went right back to Australia. It was like a 2-day trip. And he was in the air for most of it because that flight from Australia to the U.S. is crazy.
Yeah.
But he went back home.
So was it like a 14-hour flight?
Yeah, something
Shout out to Young Jock.
wanted to do ever.
Y'all want to move on to the Darmingham stuff?
Talk to me.
All right, so basically this is stemming off of some quotes that had happened. I guess during a championship parade or something like that.
You guess? You don't know this by heart?
Because I don't know if
he was
this-
you
if
missed
this
the
is a
Laker.
new-
He was popping this shit at y'all.
I don't know if this is like some
He was
new shit or some old shit because it's a championship parade. But basically, Vic Lombardi's Nuggets broadcaster came out and said he came into this world.
Wait, what's his name?
Vic Lombardi?
Is that Lombardi, son? You know what Lombardi is?
Yeah.
What's Lombardi?
I don't know if he played for the I know he's affiliated with the Packers. I don't know.
Vince Lombardi.
Oh, there's Vince Lombardi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
I
is
don't
the
know.
name of the Super Bowl?
trophy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
He played
Lombardi.
enough, man.
I'm just making sure. But I wonder
But
if
I-
there's any relation there. Has to be, right? Lombardi is not no name. It's just
Mhm.
his dad got him that job.
What's his name? I'll look it up while you.
Vince.
Vince Lombardi.
No,
and
no.
then
What's his son name?
Vic Lombardi.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Vic
too
and Vince.
close.
Vic
Yeah.
and Vince. Yeah, yeah.
Vincent Vic. But anyways, the quote
Definitely sounds like a dad name.
during the
Yeah.
championship parade, he said he came into this world as he came into the world as the son of a coach, referring to Mike Malone. But in these playoffs, he became the Lakers' daddy. And Lakers fans weren't too happy about that. And basically, Darvin Ham was saying like, "Oh, let me pull up the quote." Basically, Darvin Ham wasn't too happy with it. He says,
I love when you lead.
Actually, matter of fact, never again.
"Oh wow, you gonna bring up Money Mike, the Lakers' daddy? That's what they call him, the Lakers' daddy." Ham said on this league podcast.
I feel like I'm in English class.
They popcorn reading to Mike.
Yeah.
God bless his soul. This shit ain't over, but God bless his soul.
So,
Seemed like there's no relationship, by the way.
oh, for real? Wow. His dad was just a huge fan. Our last name is Williams, but Lombardi
You're
for
gonna
you.
be Lombardi.
People gonna see V. Lombardi and they gonna think greatness. But
The reason
is there a rivalry between y'all?
I don't think so. No, I wouldn't think so. But I do like that they're kind of pushing it because I just like rivalries in the NBA. I don't really think they kind of exist anymore just because it's just too much movement.
Yeah.
But I think that in some waves and some spurts there are. You know, it could only last a couple of years, but I think that's kind of like enough for a team to meet into. That's what usually happens when a team meets in the playoffs a couple of times. They kind of develop that. So I gotta.
Is this a tree that y'all want to bark up? Because you know, one of the things
We
the
was right
Lakers,
there.
y'all,
We got swept, but we only lost by 6.5 points. Average loss was
my
only
God.
6.5 points. We was right there.
But again,
We
You got swept.
lost.
We got swept.
yeah. If
Guess
you
what?
beat me by half a point,
4 times in a row.
you're gonna do your stanky leg dance, right? Right. You're not finna
As
be.
you should. But as a Laker mentality, as they should be, is like we was right there.
Oh, I
And
thought
they
Laker
talking all that
mentality
other
was
shit.
to hang the banners. I grew up on Kobe Laker mentality.
I guess this is LeBron.
Yeah,
like
this is different, and I love LeBron. It's black excellence, but I'm just saying the Laker mentality is changing before my eyes, and it's crazy because Laker mentality was to win them championships, bro.
I've never heard you say something like that, Mike.
What?
We only lost by 6.5
We
points.
got swept, but we were right there.
We was right there every game.
That's like crazy
We was-
cope.
We was right there. every
It is
game.
because we're in the league right now in 2K. Everybody at home. If Mike swept somebody and the dude was like, "Well, shit, I was almost there," you would not be like,
You would
"Yeah,
still
you
be like,
right."
yeah, I still bust
No,
your ass
you
off.
would be like, "Boy, your ass got bust."
So what?
You know
what
what
I'm
that
supposed to do?
reminds me of?
Hang my head down?
Yeah.
You know what that reminds
I'm
me
gonna
of?
move on and I'm gonna
Right.
reflect on it and I'm gonna be better for next time.
Moving on is not saying we barely lost. It's accepting
It's the
fact-
truth.
What's the truth?
It's the difference between getting your ass bust and they got blown every game, or versus
You
it
got
was close
you,
and it was
you
right
won
there. It came
0
down
games.
to the wire.
You got your ass bust by winning this amount of games in the series. If you and Darrick play 1-on-1 4 times and you win every time, you bust his ass. We're not finna sit here and say you barely beat him.
It was
No,
11-9.
I didn't
You
say they
bust
barely
his
beat him. I
ass.
said the Lakers are still right there, even though they
that's
got
the same.
swept.
Okay, this is now what is it called?
Semantics.
Yeah, barely beat him, bust his ass, had no chance.
You know who you sound like?
Who?
Joakim Noah. Because when the Bulls played against the Miami Heat in one of those series, technically the Bulls scored more points than the Miami Heat in that series. But guess who went to the finals and guess who didn't? That's what it reminds me of right now.
What did Noah
Like it's
say?
like holding on to that last glimmer of hope. The Bulls scored more points than the Miami Heat in that series. Who give a fuck, nigga? You won. I mean, you lost. You lost the
How
series.
the fuck does that happen?
It was
I
some of the
don't know
games
how
were
that
blowouts.
happened.
We blew them out a couple times. They beat
Oh.
us close in other games.
Oh, okay.
Regardless,
Duh.
it's not. We for them to be talking all that shit, we're literally right there. If
But
we
then-
met,
but, but still,
they
they
can have,
won the championship.
They can have.
They
They,
can do
win. We
everything.
moving on. We moving
No,
on.
moving on is to just move on.
It's not
Saying that y'all
acknowledging.
barely.
They the ones that haven't moved on apparently.
No, they're popping. Wow.
Well, actually, I'm not even gonna say they because it's more so I feel like Mike Malone.
But
Jokic don't seem like he said.
Well, you got to
anything.
understand it
Jokic
from
ain't
Mike
saying
Malone's
shit.
perspective.
Yeah,
We are winning these games, and I turn on Sports Talk Radio or Sports Talk TV. Nobody's talking about us. They're talking about the Lake. They're talking about the team that just lost. Like if I'm coaching a team or on a team and that is happening, I would be pissed off. too.
Same. And we finna pop our
genuinely
shit.
would, yeah.
When you win the championship, you earn the right to pop your shit until it's time to get back into the zone, into
I
the war
agree.
zone.
They get
I agree.
365 days of being that team.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, I mean, maybe it's more. if
They,
win
no,
it
they
again.
barely get that because some will argue when a season starts, you don't have time to be still celebrating. You got to
True.
get back in your mindset. So I don't even think they got a couple months of popping their shit and
Back
being
to
on top of the mountaintop. And yeah, and then it's back to work and they got to go right back in that jungle field and be a target for all other 29 teams. So hell yeah, I'm pop, bro. The worst thing that they could ever do is let me be a part of a team that win a championship. I don't give a fuck if I'm in the scouting department. We popping our shit. They gonna have to sit me down. Hey, listen, bro. You talking like the star player of the team. We need you to simmer it down. Cause I'm telling you, once you get back in the field, every team in the league now has you as a target.
So do y'all think rivalries are still in the NBA?
Not to the extent that it should be.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be. I think there's small rivals. Like I think Luka and the Suns is a little bit of a rivalry there. You could definitely feel like that energy.
I got some
Luka
Golden
and
State.
the Clippers too.
I
Luka
got
said he
some-
got some.
I
Oh,
got
you got
some
some?
teams here. I'm gonna ask y'all if they rivals or not.
Because you know D Mill's gonna name them all.
Yeah, he look like
His
he's about
ass
to.
be thirsty.
I'm
So
happy.
first of all, we
Mike
already
is
got-
prepared. It's
Yo,
crazy.
we got Lakers Nuggets, which
No.
I feel like no, because when I think about rivalries, I don't really care about the fucking coaches. I want to see the ball playing. You know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's
LeBron
why
and
I
Jokic
said
don't got no heart hate
Jokic
for each
ain't
other.
saying nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Jokic do
yeah.
not care. Memphis Warriors.
A little
Aaron-
bit.
Dillon Brooks is gone
Dillon
now.
Brooks is gone.
He's gone
so
now.
yeah. It
Aaron,
might be a little different.
Aaron Gordon and LeBron was chapping though. Chirping. But you said the Warriors and the Grizzlies.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no too. But I don't know. I don't know if Clay gonna give a damn if Dylan Brooks ain't there.
Right.
Clay still might pop his shit.
Knicks Hawks.
No.
That's
I think it's more
It's
so
a
just
little
like
while
the
ago.
Knicks fans yelling "fuck Trae Young" versus
Yeah.
there actually being a rivalry.
As a Knicks fan, when I see the Hawks on the schedule, I do not give a fuck.
yeah.
Maverick.
That's how I think about rivalries too. Like, are we getting up for this game
No.
specifically? Probably not.
And Knicks fans are not to be taken serious.
Maverick Suns.
Maverick Suns
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah.
But it more so feels like a Luka Suns.
a
than-
Luka Booker. Actually,
Yeah. Because I don't think Kyrie's bought into that rivalry.
exactly.
So like, it's not really a rivalry.
Damn.
It's
What?
KD ain't bought in.
Can them niggas get a house there first? They ain't bought in because
Well,
they.
maybe it is now because Kyrie and KD had the friendship, and now I mean they still friends, but now they're going their separate ways.
Hey, one thing I learned about Darrick don't let you settle. Who was we talking to? Yo ass said, what was his impact being in the locker room? I'm damn. Can he get in the locker room?
Yeah.
Motherfucker just got a new
I was
coach.
Whitmore with.
Well, they both got new coaches. Monty.
Oh yeah, no, it was Monty. It was
Yeah.
Monty. Yeah.
I'm damn. Can Monty move into the office? You asking him what his president of the locker room been? He don't even know.
And what he say? I've heard he's good. He's a cool dude.
No, I thought he gave us actually like a good answer about Monty.
Yeah, but I think it was along the lines. He
Oh.
hasn't coached him.
Okay.
True. I got a couple more. So we got Lakers Clippers.
No.
By proximity, I would say
Yeah,
yes,
but it doesn't really feel like a rivalry.
It doesn't.
I'm with D.
I don't
Mills
think
on that.
Kawhi Leonard could be on a team that's like a rival.
Nah, I take that, but I don't think that. I think Kawhi definitely could. He's just not gonna be fighting. But Kawhi
Yeah.
gonna come and fuck you up. But
I think it's just based on proximity.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the actual players. It's you have one arena, 2 locker rooms, 2 fan bases. But so yes, but no. You know,
A series can make it one.
true.
Celtics Sixers.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah,
I
a
firmly
little bit,
believe
yeah.
that's like I feel like 76er fans and Celtics fans genuinely hate
That's
each other's
proximity
guts.
too, though. They were right there.
True.
It said these two teams have the most meetings in the NBA playoffs playing each other in 22 series. The Celtics winning 15 of them.
Yeah, I see that as I genuinely see that as a rivalry.
Yeah.
Knicks and Nets. Same thing with the proximity.
Proximity.
Yes.
And then Bucks
Yeah.
Heat.
Bucks Heat, no. Knicks
Ooh.
Nets, yes.
I think the Bucks Heat might be one.
They've seen
Just
each other,
because
what 3 times in the playoffs
yeah.
recently.
And then the Heat have beat
Is
them
there ever
twice.
any static though?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit last year with Drew
With
Holiday and Jimmy.
Yeah.
When he was talking about, I own you. But like,
That was a good one.
Yeah.
True.
but also that he swept them that first time and sent them home early.
Then they swept
and then
them.
they
They
swept
got
them.
that, yeah.
So yeah, I think there is some rivalry there.
I agree.
I say yes.
I
to
own you
Yeah.
was crazy.
that. Yeah.
Drew Holiday
that
will
sounds
not
crazy.
forget that. Drew Holiday will not forget
Drew
that.
Holiday said he's about to retire soon, man. It's gonna be a weird
he
time.
did.
Said once my contract is up, I'm done. We'll see if he live up to that. Because with the way that money coming out,
Somebody offer him a little bag.
somebody might do it.
Jimmy Butler had said he was done playing at what 35 at one point.
Jimmy
How
Butler-
old is he? How
Jimmy
old
Butler's
is
King Cap.
How old is Drew Holiday now? Is he 30?
He
He's
might
in
be
his 30s.
33.
33,
I'll
30.
look it up real quick.
Jimmy dating Shakira. How y'all feel about that?
How do I feel about that?
My fucking ankle hurt.
33.
I
Oh,
see you caressing it.
Damn.
Yeah. Look at Mike leading a segment. Who would have thought?
We could
Not me.
That contract you got him acting different.
Y'all want to dive into the rumor mills?
Finna get $5 more.
For sure. Let's go all down the line. Everybody hosts
We could
something.
dive into the rumor mills, man.
Mhm.
They a little dry right now, but there's still some shit out
It's
there.
still something,
Yeah.
right? It's got to be something.
Ain't nothing like a dry well.
Doc Rivers, well, this isn't a rumor. He said in an interview that he doesn't know if he'd ever coach again, which is actually pretty shocking. I felt like Doc Rivers was a guy who had he could get a coaching job whenever he want, but he said he doesn't know if he'll do it again.
Would you hire Doc Rivers?
Depending on the team, yeah. If I'm looking to win a championship, no. But if I'm just like a a building team that needs some like sort of structure and guidance in the locker room, yes.
Doc Rivers has been coaching since '99. He has been in this association for how many years is that? I don't know. That's a long time.
21.
He played.
And then he played
For you to
time too.
For you to be coaching so long that your son came in the NBA and now I think he 30, 31 now.
Vet, like he a legit vet right now. So,
Doc Rivers has probably been in the NBA more than he's been like majority of his life.
Yeah, he said right now he's just trying to enjoy life.
He got drafted at 22, and then right now he's 62. So he's been in the association for 40 seasons.
Wow.
So yes, I understand him saying, you know what, I'm good, but he also
His daughter, Callie Rivers, is with Seth Curry. Like, it's just basketball galore.
I didn't know that. But he might have saw the bag that Pop got or the Bob that Monty got and was like, maybe I will give it one more contract. Just one more contract. I don't think
he's not getting those bags, though.
But he's going to get he's one of the best coaches of the last 30 years, that's for sure. I understand he's blown 1 million 3-1 leads, but he also does have the championship in 08, and he has been a guy that's consistently been able to get his team to the playoff every year.
You got to get to the playoffs to blow leads.
I think that's value. So
yeah, 80 million is such a crazy number. Like,
what is his
got to be
percentage?
close to that, but something in between is like that's still a nice chunk of change.
59%.
His win percentage got it, because his teams consistently get to the playoffs.
The Celtics, the Clippers,
had a sub 500 season since 2006.
Which was the Magic.
No, that's still Boston.
Okay.
Right
the first year with the Boston.
The third year in Boston.
Okay.
For him, actually.
So he
right
coached Al
before,
Jefferson though?
I guess so. 2006, 2007. But yeah, he's, got a championship.
And his career, those years wouldn't exist, by the way, because don't forget, he almost convinced Tim Duncan to sign with the Magic. So they would have had Tim, Grant, and T-Mac.
Yep.
That team was going to run the NBA.
Yeah. If only they paid for that flight money.
Right.
Did they confirm that? Because I thought I heard somebody say that wasn't a true story. Somebody that was like on the team.
Oh, okay. It sounded
I like
good.
the story, though.
Yeah.
I think it's a good story to just tell. Player empowerment, that's early.
So the Pistons and Mavericks have
Tim
apparently
Duncan
been
petty.
Yeah.
You was finna get $1 gazillion.
For that time, which was like a $5 million contract.
Yeah.
So the Pistons and Mavericks are discussing a trade centered around Bogdanovich, Killian Hayes, Tim Hardaway Jr., and JaVale McGee.
Shout out to Isaiah Stewart, by the way. Isaiah
Got
Stewart
that
became
bag.
the first Detroit Piston to get a rookie extension in
Since
like 15 years.
Drummond didn't get a rookie extension?
Drummond doesn't count because they let him sign an offer sheet and match the offer sheet.
Oh.
So it's been a long time since they've given a second contract to a rookie. Isaiah Stewart was the first. Who would have thought it would have been Isaiah Stewart?
Yeah, he stood up to LeBron.
True.
Yeah, give him that contract.
This could change shit for me.
For the Dallas Mavericks? Yeah,
For them to get
Bogdanovich.
to be able to get Bogdanovich, that would be a big move for me.
I was thinking that because the Pistons, I feel like he could help them if they're trying to get to the playoffs, but they have so many wings and like people they can use at that spot.
The Pistons do?
They have a lot of young talent, but they don't have a lot of wings.
I think the wing spot is where they're the weakest right. They have all the
They
centers
got
in the
all
league.
front court.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the centers in the league. But the wing position, not so much. But they could open up more minutes for. Are we gonna finally see if Isaiah Livers is a real, like, actual NBA player? And
he projects to be.
he projects to be.
So I guess,
him
yeah.
look
And,
every once
and
in a
if they're
while.
trading Bogdanovich, I guess they believe in the Twin Tower look of Wiseman and
Well, they have
Jalen
to.
Duren.
They extended Marvin Bagley last offseason.
Mhm.
They extended Isaiah Stewart this offseason.
Wiseman, Durant.
Wiseman is on the
Yeah,
roster.
probably wanted
Jalen
to
is on the
start
roster.
Asard too, because I mean you can bring
Asard's looked
you
amazing
can bring
so far.
Bogdanovich off the bench, but
You know who
Nah,
Asar?
you'd
rather trade
You
him.
know who Asar played for in our league?
Who's that?
He be dogging.
Y'all say he was 16 and 15 or something?
bro, cause Kamari got him in. He be dunking shit like.
See, he dunks, but Asar shoots. So I don't
Yeah, I
think
be sagging all the way off.
you can't sag off
sagging
off Asar. Asar ain't as explosive on the game as a man, but he got a jump shot. So people be sagging because they don't think I be spot out. But
I do want to say I have not watched Summer League since we left.
same.
Yeah, no.
I look at the box score, maybe some highlights, but like
Same.
I was kind of tired of it.
And people will never understand it because it's so consumed. I was doing a draft or something, and people was like, somebody was in there like, I can't believe you're not watching the Knicks because the Knicks is in overtime.
And
It's
they hit a
like,
game
bro,
winner, right?
I don't give a
I seen the
damn.
Lakers are playing last night.
If there was a damn around here, I still wouldn't give it.
I seen the Lakers playing last night. It was late too. It was like maybe 9 o'clock or something like that. And it was just like they was down 30. I'm like, ain't no way I'm tuning in.
Because you got to understand, when we went out there for the 3 days, that was our life.
Yeah.
That shit be starting at 12 and ending at 9.
And you
in
kind of already
Vegas
saw
time.
the players you want to see.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Everybody shut down.
Yeah.
Keontae George ankle injury was it for me. I can't lie.
Facts.
That was it. That was all I
I'm
had.
disappointed because he wanted to win MVP. That was like one of his goals for Summer League, and he was averaging 30 and 10, and then had this injury.
That was the last straw.
We didn't get to see Scoot versus Vic because Scoot.
I saw what I
shoulder
needed to see
injury.
from Scoot though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
a lot of people that impressed me. But original trade again, giving up on Killian Hayes, man, potentially.
Maybe Killian Hayes looks better with the Mavericks, who also got Dante Exum.
They also have Frankie Lakino, right?
Yep.
This is his year.
Giving everybody one last chance.
Yeah.
The last dance, man.
And they said Dante Exum was out there spazzing.
He was.
overseas. So
He was, yeah.
will they translate back over? I don't know.
I can't wait for that either. I'm watching EuroLeague this year.
I'm here for it.
I'm watching EuroLeague.
You watching
and
FIBA 2 next
FIBA
month?
coming up. Yes, sir.
Team Canada actually looks kind of
They
stacked.
stacked. Yeah, they stacked.
Only thing that they're missing is like a big because it's like Dwight Powell.
But Kelly Olynyk gonna stretch
and
the
Kelly
floor.
Olynyk.
Is Wiggins playing for them?
Yeah.
No,
He
he's
not?
not right now. So the way it works, not for the qualifiers.
Was his face on there?
Mm-mm. Not for the qualifiers. But technically, he could get there if they make the actual tournament.
Oh.
But then you tell like a dude on the bench, "Thank you for helping us get here. You losing your spots because Wiggins want to play now."
Hey,
I'm
it's
doing it.
politics. It happens.
But no, Shea. It was
Shea.
Shea, Lou Dort.
I don't think Shaden Sharp is on the team either.
No, Shea. I didn't see his face. Lou Dort, Nikhil,
I'll just look it up so we get the full.
Dwight
roster.
Powell, Kelly Olynyk.
Was Jamal Murray on there?
Yes,
He was.
Jamal
Oh, wow.
Murray.
Yeah, no, their team is actually pretty good. Like it's comparable to ours, if I'm being honest with you, because Team USA is running out the younger roster
Yeah.
this year.
Oldest dude is Bobby Portis.
Right. This team, of NBA players. I'm only gonna name NBA players. Nikhil Alexander Walker, R.J. Barrett, O'Shea Brissett, Dylan
That's who
Brooks,
I'm thinking of. I thought on Wiggins because of R.J. Barrett. Damn, R.J. Barrett.
Lou Dort, Zach Edey counts. I'm gonna just say Zach Edey, Shea, Corey Joe, Jamal Murray, Kelly Olynyk, Dwight Powell, and the Scrub brothers, Phil and Thomas. It's not a bad roster. You can look at the other rosters across
very,
the field.
very good roster.
And then their pool, they have a really good chance, I think. In their group, they have a really good chance. The top two teams advance, and I think who else? France is over there. I'm pretty sure in that group, and France is probably going to qualify as they always do. And then it's like between them and Latvia and one other
Which is
team.
KP in there.
Yeah, Latvia got some stuff too. I ain't gonna lie. KP could dog them in a 1-game elimination just because they don't. Dwight Powell versus KP. Feel like I know who would win that matchup. But yeah, Team Canada could qualify, and that would be real fun because they actually got some shit now. 10 years ago, they had no chance of ever doing anything when it came to qualifications for something like this. So the talent from Canada has just been skyrocketing.
That developmental program over there going crazy.
It really is. It really is. So shout out to Team Canada. We will be in Canada too, by the way, next month. So be on the lookout. Live show in Toronto, baby. In the 6th.
All right, so next one is Portland is unmotivated to get a deal done with Miami.
Good. You feel me?
How you feel about that, Darrick?
I think in this situation, I see what the front office is trying to do. They want to make him happy, but they also want to
Make themselves happy.
They want to make themselves happy too. And like, I get it, but also I would love for them to do what he would want after everything he's done for them. He's literally made them a perennial playoff team his whole career.
We got
He's
our
given
answer.
them- so like, why not give him a favor back and be like, all right, you've done all this for us. You've made us a organization that we're a playoff team for a long time. We're going to do you a favor and send you here. I can understand it is a new front office. This front office doesn't have like the emotional ties to him as like the other one. So I could see that. But like, he also just like to tweet recently.
About selling the team.
It's been
about
a
selling
question
the team.
about
What's
you.
up?
People have always said, are you a Dame fan or a Blazer fan? I think we got our answer. You sound like a Dame fan.
He's a Dame fan. which is fine.
You're Dame fan.
I like the answer because I was gonna literally ask you, like, don't you think they kind of owe it to him to kind of make
Yeah,
that
they
deal?
do. I think they do. He's done a lot for them.
Why do they own him?
He's done a
Because
lot.
but it's on both of them.
I know
but
he
this
hasn't won a
situation could have
championship,
been-
yeah.
This situation could have been done fucking 2-3 years ago at this point.
He didn't want it.
But
It's not like they don't. It's not like they working from scratch. They just literally got Scoot Henderson. They have young talent to work around. It's
So
not
you
like y'all.
saying, fuck it, Dame. We're going to throw you to a team for stuff that we don't even want because we love you. Just
See,
because we
he
have
ain't-
Scoot Henderson?
So why he
You
don't
ju-
do
you
them a
see-
favor?
Then just keep him on the team then, because they saying that at 28 other teams he not going to.
and it seems
There's
like
no
it's
point
not
in
even
trading
like
him though.
hurt. It seems like it's more so like he's upset that the ownership doesn't want to go into the luxury tax to get talent around him.
What talent can they get?
I don't know what's been going on the last few
Holy
years.
That's what I'm
fuck.
saying. Just move.
Right, but why do they
Just
owe
move
him that?
You almost have no choice. What do you,
Mike, this is why.
Because also, I think
It
it
seems
also
like
like
he's
if
telling me.
around the league, players are gonna look at that and be like, "Oh shit, they did him wrong. I don't want to go to Portland." That type of shit
I
also
disagree.
happens.
Were they
I-
going to Portland before?
I disagree.
What was the last
I
free agent
disagree.
Portland has signed?
That is true.
I
That's what I'm
disagree
saying.
for two reasons. For that point, number one, you're already not a free
Jeremy
free
Grant.
agent destination.
wasn't
He
a free
wasn't a free agent. You're not a free agent destination. And number two, I think that's cap. You will go to a company right now if they put that bag on a motherfucking table. Let's make up a fake company. Let's say Austin Productions just had fucking Anwar on their staff for the last 10 years. Anwar gave them everything, and they fucking did him dirty. If Austin Productions put $10 million on a fucking table, you're not going to say, man,
They
y'all
did
did
Anwar
Anwar dirty. I'm not taking it. You taking that shit immediately. You don't even give a fuck about Anwar or what happened, what he did. Why you don't give a damn. So I'm saying for Portland, if they ever became a free agent destination and they had 50 M's to give to somebody,
They
that
take it.
dumb people or whoever that person is or that player is not going to think about Damian Lillard. They're going to think about the 50 M's per year that they're about to get, man. That is fucking cap, number one. Number two, the reason I say why do they owe him? Bro, he wants to be moved. Fair. They should want him to be moved. All they're saying is, we know what we got in you. We're not giving you up for nothing or something we don't want. That's all they saying. They're not saying you can't be traded. We finna hold you here. They just saying, cool, we'll trade you, but we got to do what's best for our team as well. We're not finna trade you for Tyler Hero when Tyler
We
Hero
have
not
6 combo guards on
What
the
do we?
roster
What,
right now.
what sense does that make?
They're
Just
trying
a plea-
they were trying to find a
They were
third
trying
team
to
to
find a-
take.
they're trying to find a
Tyler
third
Hero.
one.
Wow.
Right, but if they can't find it, they not finna. What do you want them to do? And I don't think
I have
it's
to wait
nothing
till
wrong
shit-
with
You're
them.
gonna have to wait till something open up.
But you don't owe a motherfucker who you got on your books for 45 this year, 48 the year after, 58 after that, and 63 at the end. You done made over 100 M's. We don't owe you shit. You got paid all that money for this shit. That's the transaction. That's the relationship. If you had a relationship with your girl and you take care of everything, yada, 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 you don't owe her shit and she don't owe you nothing. Y'all have a clear mutual understanding of what it is. I'm going to take care of this, that, and your ass going to take care of this and that.
I ain't mad at it. I'm just so sick and tired because, like I said, this shit been dragged out. It's been from both sides. Like I said, Damian Lillard saying, "Hey, as long as they want me, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be willing to ride for it." On the
Now
other
stop
side,
you right there.
What happened?
So what do you mean with everything he did for them? He wanted to do this.
I see what both of y'all are saying, honestly. I think that the Trailblazers would have no problem whatsoever with putting Dame and the team he wants to go to if the trade made sense for them. You know what I'm saying?
He's making
For Kevin wanted to go to the Suns, and they had a trade that made sense. We
Yes.
got McHale, we got Cam, and all of the picks.
Yes.
Miami doesn't have that. And I'm not saying that Dame
Yeah.
deserves the package that Kevin Durant got. But still, if we have Shaedon Sharp, Anthony Simons, Scoot Henderson, and shit, why the fuck would I care about Tyler Hero?
Yeah.
For real.
So right now, yeah, I'm going to hold out and we're going to talk to the third team and the fourth team and maybe even a fifth team because we're giving up arguably the greatest player in our franchise history, and I refuse to do that for Tyler Hero in a 2027 and a 2030 first round pick. It's got to be more. It's got to be better because, like you said, we've been a perennial playoff team. We know when we do this trade, that shit gone for at least a few seasons. So let's maximize everything.
We got to quickly put this shit together.
We love you, Dame. If you want to go to Miami, we'd be happy to get you there. but we not about to be jackasses about it.
Yeah.
We not about to take Kyle Lowry. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to go to Miami and we really wanted to be about that shit, we'll take Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson. We love you, Dame. Here's Miami. Go win with Tyler Hero too.
Who's an emerging power forward? Who's a young emerging power forward?
Patrick Williams.
A real one. A really emerging power forward. I love Patrick Williams, but I don't think he's emerging, like, or the sense of how I'm using the word.
I feel like Evan Mobley untouchable.
He's untouchable.
Oh, you mean for something like this?
Just an example. Just name some forwards.
Not a lot of them when you think about the power forward system.
Oh shit, Evan Mobley, for example.
I was trying to think of a young up-and-coming power forward. It was kind of hard.
Victor Wembanyama's probably going to play the 4.
There's somebody we're just blanking on.
I got you. I'm looking at teams right
Just
now.
look at the teams.
I'm
Just
looking
look at the teams
right now.
Memory.
Young Scotty Barnes. I don't know if you
Cool,
him.
perfect. If the Heat had Scotty Barnes and 2024, 2025, and maybe a fucking serviceable small forward, like I don't fucking know.
Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, I can see that deal happen because at least Scotty Barnes is something we don't have on a team.
Yeah.
With the Tyler Hero plus the bag he's already signed for, plus he plays the position that 3 of the guys are going to be working with, and then the picks are so far away, it's not lucrative. I don't think that they're trying to hold him or not give him what they want.
They're just trying to find what they want.
Exactly. They have to get something too, and I don't think that they're wrong for that, and I don't think that Dame is wrong for wanting to be traded, but I do think Dame don't want to be traded enough. I'll tell you that. This is when's the last time we seen a person only give a list of one team?
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
never
It's just
doesn't
it's a nasty situation on both
And
sides.
apparently his agent's calling teams saying, hey, if he gets traded here, that also in a weird way
I think
doesn't
that's
sound.
cap.
Yeah, that sounds like cap.
Right,
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Damian Lillard.
That's
would
what I've
do
been
that.
saying.
So like,
I would actually, again, I know that they love him. I would call that bluff. We're going to trade you to the Pelicans. What are you going to do? Not show up for 4 seasons? You just going to retire from the association? I doubt it. I
Yeah,
highly
It's
doubt
not
it.
even part of his brand.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
not his brand. He's gonna show up and play wherever he's
Like when they're
at.
saying it was going to be a Ben Simmons situation, I just can't see
No,
that
I
from
don't- that-
and I
yeah.
did say in my video, if it happened, I would lose so much respect for Damian Lillard as a guy that I hold in a high regard when it comes to basketball in the NBA. If he got traded and he held out on a brand new team, I would lose a lot of respect. And I'm not saying he
yeah.
wants or needs my respect, but I'm just saying as the ball player he has been over the last decade, for him to do something like that would really change my opinion about
I don't
him.
even realistically seeing him hold out. Like if he's not done at training camp, I could see him still showing up to the Blazers training camp. Like that's the type of dude that he seems like he is.
Did he come to Summer League? Did y'all see him in Summer
No,
League?
he was
I didn't
gone.
think so either.
Yeah, a lot
I was
like
hoping
LeBron
for.
didn't pull up. A lot of the stars we saw last year didn't pull up.
Thank gosh.
It was already a circus.
Yeah,
because of
if
Wemby.
LeBron pulled up to the Wemby shit, oh my gosh, they would ask us to leave.
Dude, Carmelo just got there. Where were you at, bro?
Oh, the ESPYs, was that where they was at?
The
It might have been.
The ESPYs did go on recently.
Yeah.
That Monday, Tuesday? The ESPYs did happen.
They was
But you know what? Zach LaVine was in Summer League, and then he was in Seattle, and then he was playing golf in Cali between like 2 days.
That's that private jet
You know,
life.
them PJs hit
Yeah, them
different. you know.
PJs are crazy,
So,
bro.
yeah, they could be a lot of places at one time if they really wanted to. But yeah, go to Summer League next year, yo. First weekend, particularly.
All right, man. So the next thing we got about another star. So Zach Lowe said if you talk to people around James Harden, that he wants out of Philadelphia still, and that the main team he's really looking to go to is the Los Angeles Clippers. So I guess he's in a similar situation like Dame, where he's saying I want to go to this team. So it's like one team, or I don't know what Harden's going to end up doing, but he does specifically want to play for the Clippers.
Now, I could see that one going differently, where he's actually on the roster come next season. I could see it.
Yeah,
Daryl Morey does have a way. You saw it with Ben. Like, if you're going to hold out, sure, whatever. We'll be fine. Kind of calling bluffs and stuff. The Clippers make the most sense as for James's perspective. I would just be worried if I'm the 76ers for trading him to the Clippers because the value, obviously, you're not getting back the production and 2 role players and
yeah.
shit. So
You'll probably get like Norman Powell, fucking.
If that was his
And Mook.
goal to go to
Yeah.
the Clippers,
Probably
'cause
Mook.
the Clippers didn't have that money to just sign him to that type of thing. If he wanted to do that, like,
yeah,
also be Batum, Norman Powell, and Mook.
contractually, that makes
Wouldn't,
sense.
it wouldn't. Yeah, I mean,
That
you're getting back
sounds-
quality. You're getting back quality role
I like
players.
Batum on the Clippers.
Yeah, I do like.
Why the
Batum.
fuck
I
Batum?
think that's a smart move then, because if he really just wanted to go to the Clippers, I think, and he didn't know if he can get that sign and trade, he just signed that contract and then requested that trade because I could see them making that trade too, but also at the same time, I don't know. Like you said, you could see him on the upcoming roster next season. I don't know if I really want that. I seen that nigga when he not motivated. That motherfucker be coming in with the fat suit on. He not playing no defense. He doing. I don't want none of that to start the season. We already had it a couple seasons
It's
ago
already happened
with Ben Simmons.
You saw the
Like,
picture?
So he was with Michael Rubin.
Yeah.
And he definitely looked, I don't know if it was camera angles
When
now.
he's unmotivated, that shit be looking bad.
Yeah. I kind of envy it, bro. Because he could just go from thick to in shape in like a week's time. Remember he was in the sand dunes and he was fit as shit?
Yeah.
Like it happened, and the week before that, he was on the fat suit shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm envious.
He has to have somebody editing that. There's no way he just looks like that.
I don't know, gang.
Can't add the highlights.
Yeah. He had that was with the end of the Rockets era.
Yeah.
Right before he got traded. He's like, I can still hoop. Don't think just because I'm thick as hell, I can't still do what I do. And then they traded him away. Shout out to James.
Yeah. Next one. That earlier, like a few months ago, that Karl-Anthony Towns' name came up in trade talks last month. This is from Ian Bagley, but he said he also doesn't know how aggressive the Timberwolves were with Towns.
Yeah. I listened to this podcast where he was talking about that. He was on Zach Lowe's. And basically they were talking, because Ian Bagley is a Knicks guy. And he's just talking about the Knicks and yada, yada, yada. And he was just saying like, oh, some people that had conversations, but he was saying that most of it was lighthearted, kind of shooting the shit between organizations. And I think that, I think we've talked about this, that if the Timberwolves decided, okay, this core is not it, you're not trading Ant, you can't trade Rudy Gobert to replenish those value, but Karl-Anthony Towns is the next domino. And the conversations he was saying that the Knicks had the conversations, but they decided to stand pat because they would rather, if you're going to spend some money on a star, you wait for Joel or you wait for a super duper star. And that's like the mindset for the Knicks. So I saw a trade this morning from a Bleacher Report article that had Karl-Anthony Towns ended up on the Dallas Mavericks. And I was just thinking like, man, if Karl-Anthony Towns' value has got to that low, fuck it, we keep him, bro.
So I'm guessing Dwight Powell.
No. He just signed an extension. He can't be traded.
Oh.
It was, I'll tell you exactly what it was. It was a sign and trade with Christian Wood, but they didn't tell you what the numbers were, which matters. It was Jaden Hardy, Tim Hardaway Jr., and 1 first-round pick for Karl-Anthony Towns. And I was like, if that's what the value holds right now, I would just keep Cat and let him get back to playing
at all
good
NBA
enough.
level.
Yeah. Because that's just not good. Karl-Anthony Towns was arguably the number 3 big in basketball 2 seasons ago. The GMs across the league said, if I'm starting an organization, I want Karl-Anthony Towns 4 years ago. I'm not trading his ass away for Christian Wood. Stop playing, bro.
Yeah.
No, I would just chill. Let the Twin Towers things do what it got to do, man.
Yeah. Chris Paul, he is holding out hope that there's a way for him to start next to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Hey, Chris. I'm sorry it's not happening. You gotta have that realization. You gotta have that realization. It's time. Coming off the bench, it's not as bad as you think. Go ask some of your homies.
Definitely gonna help him. Honestly, I think so.
Apparently, like he pushed back on the idea during like an introductory
press
news conference.
Did y'all see that press conference, by the way?
No, I didn't.
Awful. It was in like a back room of like a Denny's. not literally, but like it looked bad. You know how normal press conferences were in the arena in the practice facility. It's got the backdrop. I got the jersey. I got a suit on.
Denny's.
It was awful, bro. And then you could tell that whoever gave him the jersey had that bitch crumbled up in a bag because the bottom of the jersey was wrinkled as fuck. And he's just holding it up. And if you look from like the different camera angle, you can see a big ass garbage can right here that's filled to the brim. He's like, damn, CP, they don't really mess with you like that, bro.
You know what annoyed me?
What?
And I think I seen Darrick speak on it. Who in the hired or sent that person that sat up there and said, "Have you talked to Draymond recently?"
Oh, to Jordan Poole, yes.
Bro,
that shit blew me off.
His face had me dying laughing though.
Can we stop? Let's not ask him about. Let the kid go on, move on, and heal from that situation, bro.
His ass looked around like he had to make sure Draymond went in the room.
Just let him go heal and just move on from the situation.
I feel you, but we wouldn't have got the moment if the question wasn't asked.
But like, there's no need to. He already just said, I talked to Klay, I talked to Steph. He had just said that before. Why did she have to go on and ask him, have you talked to Draymond?
That's
no.
Secondhand. I don't be feeling secondhand embarrassment much. especially if I'm not present.
Yeah,
But I felt secondhand embarrassment through the lens of the camera.
facts.
It was just like, oh, that was so cringy.
Like I would have never thought to ask him about that situation, bro.
I don't mind it. Now, would I have done it? Hell no. But I respect the motherfucker that's willing to try to get their clip, bro.
And it's not gonna be the last one.
If you around through the wire, don't do that. Because I am going to laugh in your face. I can't hold my laugh on some shit like that. I would just be like,
examples of something like that, bro. I know they exist all over the place in the NBA. Where you're like, why did you ask that? Oh no, Kevin Durant got asked, did you think you would ever be this good? And he was like, is that a real question? I was like, if you never asked that, we didn't get that soundbite.
Didn't someone ask LeBron something crazy at the post conference in the NBA Finals?
He just got up and walked away.
Yeah, that was crazy.
no, you know what's also secondhand embarrassment? Kyrie, LeBron father figure.
Oh,
That shit-
yeah.
I have
that
one
sh-
father is Dredrick. What is? I don't even know his name.
Oh
Something
my
like that.
fucking gosh, bro.
What is the? What did they ask Russ? We was like, what? Quit playing with me, man. It was whatever that moment was. What was that question?
I don't remember, but
Oh,
that was funny
man.
as hell too.
Yeah.
Yeah, reporters go in there bold sometimes,
Yeah.
Got to. It's
and
part
I
of
can
the
understand
job.
why players can get annoyed with media because like they just ask some of the dumbest questions.
Who was all out arguing with somebody at the podium? It was this season, I'm pretty sure. Fuck.
I think about
Was
it.
it Kyrie?
It might have been Kyrie.
The Fidel dude?
Was it Nick Friedel? Okay. I was thinking it was Nick Friedel, but I didn't want to say the name without. But if that was what you thinking too, then it might have been.
Because
What about
that was
when-
after the suspension and he came back and
Yeah, I remember
Something
a
like
little
that, I
argument
think.
going on between that. Now that's too far because there was no funniness in that. There was no
What about the
soundbite.
Giannis shit? When they asked him, is this season a failure?
It was doing with Malika Andrews.
No, that was just after they got eliminated.
when he left and left
Oh.
Chris Paul. Yeah, this is when he was saying there is no failure.
Oh yeah,
You got the perfect Giannis accent.
There is
too.
no failure.
the one with Malika Andrews was funny because Chris Middleton told Giannis to answer the question, then Giannis just gets up and walks.
And Chris Middleton was like,
Y'all know who Chris Middleton is?
that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man.
I know who Chris Middleton is.
Brandon Miller. What the?
I honestly think he was serious.
You do?
I think he was serious.
He's so
it-
silly.
People went back in the archives and found like other clips of like young NBA players not knowing people.
Yeah,
Like Anthony Edwards didn't know a lot of shit. Markelle Fultz didn't know how many games were in a one season. Think about that.
yeah.
but,
I
but you got-
I do remember watching that video though.
but you have to
Yeah.
understand, they're so good. They don't have to give a fuck about any
I
of this.
feel that, but I don't know,
'Cause
man.
Anthony Edwards is like, he's like the dude they got game. He's like the big man. I forget his name, but he real good.
What
And
are you
I-
talking about?
He's talking about Alfred Şengün.
I couldn't
That's
understand.
okay.
And
That's
then
a younger player.
I always be laughing at when LeBron called Tyus Jones Tyler Jones.
Oh, yeah. Remember that video I sent you and gave me?
Nah, that's
Did you watch
fun.
that video?
Yeah, when they was yelling Tyus Jones. Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
shit.
hey,
He yelled it,
viewers.
bro.
I was one night watching Tyler Jones. I was watching Tyus Jones highlights. So I typed in Tyus Jones and a fucking short popped up. And I guess it was Tyus Jones leaving the arena. And a dude walked up on Tyus Jones' car to talk to him or get a video. And he was so loud when he was approaching. He was just like, hey, Tyus Jones, let me get the man. And I'm like, I had to send it to the group chat because that shit was so. So if
Yeah,
you
except
type
who
in,
would win 1-on-1 between you and your brother? But he said it's so loud.
it was so
So
fucking
loud.
loud. It's hilarious.
Um,
It's hilarious.
y'all want to hear some other people who don't watch basketball?
Our first episode, though, I called John Jason Collins.
Jason Collins.
And I said Kevin Middleton.
You said Kevin Middleton.
That was,
instead of
it was
Chris.
first day on the job.
Oh.
So that's why Brandon Miller gets a pass too. First day on the job.
Yeah. And I didn't know who John Collins was when you was talking about it.
Damn.
That's
Let
a
honesty
I
be
believe
real.
it. You didn't either.
I definitely knew who John Collins was.
What college you went to?
He went to
So many people come up to me and like all summer league and they say they love this shit. What college you went to?
Come Back to Me.
Okay.
Did you do the hoops grid?
No,
He
I
did,
do it
yeah.
yet.
Oh, you didn't?
Derrick Rose also said, "I don't watch basketball, bro." When he was young, he won an MVP. You know,
Russell Westbrook said the same thing.
Like,
He said I wasn't watching. I was out playing.
yeah. It's so interesting though.
My outlook on it is becoming different because these guys are so good. But if I was a
Right.
GM and I questioned you and you didn't know certain
would,
things, I would definitely
I
be
would
like,
have
oh,
picked Scoot number 2.
you
if
don't
he
love
said
the
that
game.
shit
Yeah.
in the interview.
So like when they say they watching these players, are they just literally watching the highlights? Like they say they watch players growing up, like they model their game after them and shit like that. Are they just watching the highlights?
I think this generation probably just go to YouTube and type in Paul George highlights like Brandon Miller probably did. I don't think Brandon Miller was sitting down and watching a full game of Paul George.
Mhm.
And he told us he said, I watch him play and I try to implement that to my game with a twist. Which tells me he probably look at Paul George highlights, see a step back, and was like, you know what, I could do that same shit. Which is fine. Anthony Edwards, Derrick Rose, these are players that have hit all-star, superstardom in some cases. Well, you don't need to be an aficionado. You don't need to be the Thompson twins who come in, know everything about the NBA to be successful. You just got to be able to hoop. Eventually, you hope that after a season, you start to remember. Like we plays Chris Middleton for the first time, and Chris Middleton give him 22. Maybe he remember that. Or Valanciunas is going crazy on Mark Williams in the post. He's like, oh, yeah, Valanciunas is kind of nice. And I think that once they get to start watching film, obviously he's going to recognize more people more because that's his matchup this night or in the playoffs in 6 years.
Mhm.
I also love being at Summer League because we ran into a homie that worked with the Paul George podcast, and he told us the Brandon Miller episode was coming. Then I looked on Twitter 2 days
was
later, and
Yeah.
they're promoting it now. So
Shout out-
I could have leaked that.
I think that was his name was TD, I think. Shout out to TD.
Should have leaked that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Remember I
Brandon.
asked him when we were together, like, you gonna go on his podcast? This one, when we interviewed him, Podcast P had just started. He had like 2
Oh, this is
episodes.
true. This is
So
true.
you gonna go on his podcast? He was like, if he invite me. And he invited him.
You got any more rumor mills emails?
Nope, that was it.
Tyler, the Raptors interested in Tyler Hero or something. I just saw 11 minutes.
Oh,
So
ago.
there's a
just-
lot of
oh.
Raptor stuff. Pascal Siakam's name's been coming up a lot, and trade talks I saw as like the Utah Jazz being interested, the Orlando Magic being interested, a lot of other places.
The Toronto Raptors can also be added to the list of teams that have expressed exploratory interest in acquiring Hero as part of the multi-team trade talks between the Blazers, Heat, involving Lillard.
I would love Hero if he could. If Brooklyn wants him, I would love him in Brooklyn too. I think Brooklyn would be a great place for him to go to.
It's a good spot. They got extra first round capital that they can
Mhm.
throw. I also read in Jake Fisher's article that the Bulls are like a prominent 3rd or 4th team in a Dame trade, and I'm very curious about what that would look like.
As in receiving Tyler Hero.
I don't know it. Just that they've been on the phone a lot.
3-team
exactly.
trade discussion. Knicks get Campaign. Suns get TJ McConnell. Pacers get Evan Fournier and draft compensation.
Oh, just Evan Fournier dump.
There are also
Okay.
variations of talks which involve Jordan Wall.
That's a trade.
Yeah. That
But TJ McConnell and Suns low key would be a pickup.
Yeah.
I wish he come to the. Why we let him come to us?
What you got, Mikhail?
Yeah. First of all, I got a game, but before that, I'm gonna start doing segments right after rumor mills.
it sounded like you were about to do an ad.
No,
I'm not gonna lie to
you.
you.
I ain't never seen you act like this before.
I'm acting different.
Acting different.
Is it gonna be consistent or is it just
Yeah,
No.
it's a real small,
Because
small.
didn't you used to have a small segment? What was it, game of the week or some shit?
I ain't finna do no
Comment.
summer
You
league
used to
game.
do comment of the day.
comment of the day.
It's very similar to comment of the day. It's
True.
very similar to comment of the day.
What you got, Mikey?
It's called Drop the Mic. All I'm going to do is basically pose out a question. I've seen basically, topics over the NBA, maybe over Reddit, maybe over a podcast. And I'm going to pose y'all the question, but it's more so for the people in the comments. All you got to do is answer the question with the hashtag drop the mic, MIC. You don't got to put my real name. And then I'm going to try to
put
pick
your
the
real name.
But your real name is that's how you're going to get
Yeah.
all of the people that associated with you. So drop the MIKE.
MIKE.
Drop the MIKE.
MIKE.
What is he doing?
That's crazy.
And then for the next podcast, I'm going to pick the best comment that I see, and I'll tell it on the pod before the next.
He's got his own segment.
Drop the mic.
It's called Drop the Mic.
I'm
gonna
sorry,
ask
I
the-
had
he's
get
gonna-
caught up in the Twitter algorithm.
He's going to ask us some questions. And
I know what he was looking at.
Use the
What I was
comment
looking at.
section of this video,
I
too.
know what be popping up on your Twitter.
It was shoes, bro.
Oh, my
Some new KDs and Kobe's finna drop
I
later.
thought it was something that ran with shoes.
Dudes,
No. Close though.
noobs.
Closer.
Boobs.
All right, you want? And then I also got a game for y'all too.
Okay.
I'm gonna change my Twitter name to Carlos Boobser.
Y'all got to listen closely though.
I'm listening.
It's NBA.
Now.
It's NBA riddles.
Oh.
Oh,
Right.
So what I got is
You made these yourself?
Yeah. So they gonna be a little off, but
yeah,
you know
they
y'all
be
gonna
real
get
off.
He finna be rhymes. He think a rhyme and
So
riddle is the
there's-
same thing.
It's 6 lines. I'm gonna give y'all 2 lines at a time. You get more points if you answer on the first line versus you answer on the third line that I give you.
okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm here
Yep.
for it.
Okay. This is the first one. At my position, I'm one of the best. Made all NBA, and I did it out west. Any guesses?
I'm gonna need more.
Always ready to hoop, and threes ain't my strong suit, but I can do the rest. Always ready to hoop and always stay fresh.
I'm thinking
Shay,
Shay,
Yeah,
y'all
that's
got it.
Okay.
That's the 2
you
points right
you
there.
came up with that?
Yeah.
That was a bar. Especially the
I
I'm
heard people
always
saying
ready to
drop
hoop,
the
but I
album.
always
Mike.
stay fresh. That was clean.
Next. My last name is how I play. Under 6'5", but I play like 6'8".
Wait.
My last name is how I play.
play.
That is a lot of information.
Yeah.
What was the second line again?
Under 6'5", but I play like 6'8".
Okay.
So he's a guard who plays big, who plays.
It ain't Marcus Smart, is it? That's not a guess. I'm talking to my teammates. It's how I play. I'm under 6'5".
Smart. Let's add that to the thing. Maybe thing.
Is he? Yeah.
Under
I could
6'5".
see it.
Can I look
He-
at team names? Is that fine? Because I just want to.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Because
fine.
I just need to think about players that play
That
for every team.
last name.
I'm
I'm under 6'5".
under 6'5".
You can't play Van Fleet.
Yeah.
You can't play Morant.
Harden. Is he?
I play Harden.
Y'all want to go to
Wait,
the
wait,
next
wait,
one?
wait, wait, wait.
The next one, I feel
Wait,
like
I
it's
know.
big.
That's why I want to get it now. I play the. I'm sorry. Read it one more time.
My last name is how I play.
That
Under 6'5", but
Mhm.
I play like 6'8".
Josh Hart is.
Oh
under 6'5".
yes,
Josh
Hart. It's
It's
Josh
Josh
Hart.
Hart.
Josh Hart.
Yes,
Boom.
it's Josh Hart.
There we go.
Yeah.
I got it. Full 3 points on that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
6'4".
6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a lottery pick back in 2013. I'm a 3-and-D defender and played for 4 teams.
That's a lot of info. I just got to figure who's the number 1 pick in 2013.
Well, he said lottery pick.
I was a
But
lottery.
that's
Oh,
how,
you. Oh,
that's how
yeah.
I internalize
yeah.
who's in that draft.
2012 was Anthony Davis.
So 2013, is that Anthony Bennett, first overall pick in 2013? So read the rest again.
The first part?
The
Or you
first
wanna
part.
go to the next one?
First part.
I was a lottery pick back in 2013.
Yep.
I'm a 3-and-D defender, and I played for 4 teams.
How many teams does KCP play for?
Detroit, Lakers.
Wizards and Nuggets.
It is KCP.
Hey.
That
I'm
was
locked
good.
in.
Cool.
I'm locked in.
Can't wait to be on my 5th team. Hopefully it'll work. If I don't, then asking for another trade can't hurt.
James Harden.
James Harden.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's great.
On a new team, maybe I'm the missing piece. I went from the bottom to the top of the East.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, that's yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
From untouchable to most likely traded. Maybe then they'll see I'm not overrated.
Pascal Siakam.
No.
Ooh,
Wait, from untouchable to most likely traded.
And what was the second line?
Maybe then they'll see I'm not overrated.
Oh, Karl-Anthony
but-
Towns.
No. DeAndre Ayton.
No.
Ooh.
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That was a damn good
Yeah.
segment, Mike. That was fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Especially since you came up with them.
Yeah.
Very.
Good job.
What was
I didn't know you had bars like
Get
that.
a good noodle star.
What was the drop the mic thing? Was that drop the mic or was it just riddles?
That was just riddles.
Okay. Is
Drop
drop
the
the
mic.
mic happening today or is it like
Yep.
preparing for the next one?
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I didn't even say what drop the mic was. So the drop the mic question that you have to answer in the comments is about Paul George. Recently, they've been a lot of talks about like where people kind of grasp Paul George in the NBA world. Obviously, people like us, we love him, but we know he's not the top. On his podcast, he was saying he thinks the same thing, but he believes he's probably got the best handles for a forward all time. So the question is, do y'all think Paul George has the best handles?
outside of
forward?
LeBron, I'm
For a
assuming.
forward,
Outside
yeah.
of LeBron. 'Cause
No.
Immediately, I think
No.
kind of
I
like
think
I think
Kevin
he has a
Durant.
better handle than
Me too.
LeBron.
Me
I
too.
think the one that really competes with him is KD. KD has a
KD.
crazy handle too.
I feel like there's somebody
Um,
we're forgetting too though. Is Paul George had the
How-
best
how are
handles
y'all-
all time?
how are y'all
for a
gauging
forward.
I handle the same
You
way.
have
I
to drop the mic, by the way. So
the
use
same
the
way I
quote,
handle. I gauge it with
or
like
use the hashtag.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, like a good handle.
Who has a better handle, Derrick Rose or Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Yeah, so like it's the same thing with like Paul George and LeBron. Paul
just-
George has a better handle.
LeBron and Derrick Rose are just strong and quick and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't da da da
Yeah, LeBron ain't really stopping on a dime.
Ha,
He make-
sa.
yeah.
da da da. Yeah, yeah.
All right. What the-
LeBron do the. I could do that shit.
Yeah, remember when Paul George walked Kelly Oubre ass down? Had Kelly Oubre fake blue?
So you saying who? You saying you do?
What?
I think I'm
Just
still
Paul
going.
George?
I
Just
think
Paul
I'm still
George.
going with Bron. Not now, Bron, but like fucking 2006, 2007 Bron before he was all power.
You are crazy, KB.
I don't think so. I don't think that's crazy.
I don't really see it. I
When
don't
he was
really,
playing the
LeBron
two?
doesn't really have the handle of like a Paul George.
He
They
has
play-
don't get me wrong.
He has a good handle.
He has a very secure handle. He can handle the ball. But LeBron is speed and strength. I've never
Not
seen
now.
LeBron
Bron is broken ankles.
not like Paul George.
Well, Paul George is also 32 when Bron is 40.
No. But I'm talking about career. I'm talking about 06 too.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron is moving the fuck out my way.
I'm,
Feet in
I'm-
the air just like that.
I think I'm taking young.
LeBron
Bron.
can put it. LeBron can
You
jump
think
and
you
do
taking
this.
LeBron?
I'm taking young Bron.
I think the person that competes with him is Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant
It's
just
Kevin
got the
Durant or Paul
shippiness.
George for me.
Yeah. But Paul George, because he dribbled like a damn guard. He dribbled
Yeah.
like the same person.
You know who
that's
also
like
got a
6'1".
crazy handle?
Who?
I don't think they got to show it a lot in the game. Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom handle was crazy. He really got in his bag at like the Rucker and shit. But like Lamar Odom got a crazy handle that he do not get credit for as far as
I'm
forwards.
trying to think. I seen some people talking about it in some comments. I think they were saying like, does Joe Johnson count? Is Joe Johnson up there?
But
Joe
he played the
Johnson.
two for a part
Joe
of it.
Johnson's a
Yeah.
2 and 3. He's a 2
Yeah.
and 3.
He's like, yeah. Joe Johnson handle was pretty good.
Remember he made Paul Pierce touch?
Yeah.
Ah,
Joe Johnson was slow, but he had your
Johnson's-
ass stumbling.
Joe Johnson. That's a good one, man.
I think who are some sleepers, man?
At the
Maybe
wing.
not at the best, but like just some underrated handles for a bit or for a wing.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, definitely not Jaylen Brown though. Who's the opposite
Jason
of Jaylen
Tatum.
Brown?
Well, I mean, Jason Tatum has a nice handle.
He do.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Who was the top small forwards around that? Oh, T Mac had a decent
No,
handle.
T-Mac
yeah.
for sure.
T Mac had a
That
decent
motherfucker was a
handle.
guard, basically.
Yeah.
Mac had a decent hand. I'm just trying to think of the
That's a very
wings
good question though, Mike.
and the forwards.
That's a very good question.
Because
Ha-
Tatum,
ha- something the
Hashtag
best
drop
all-
the mic
To have something the best all time is insane.
for sure.
Paul George is there though.
He's
no,
up there.
I know.
Because when you think of the wings growing up, like Steven Jackson wasn't handling the fucking ball.
Ask him though.
Bro, did y'all
fucking-
hear me? I think I was in the Discord and I was reading out a tweet. It was like a nigga said, y'all don't think Paul George is that good. Y'all just like
Like
the
the
way
way-
his body move when he on the court.
That's
That's
like
because he just smooth as hell.
that's
Like,
just
he
a hate ass shit to say.
Yeah.
Part of the handle is the way your body move. Like you duh. So it's like, what you mean? You just like the way his body move. That's part of handling the ball. You gotta fucking be deceptive to your opponent. Kyrie do that shit perfectly. Where you think he going so, you know what I'm saying? Just
Y'all seen that clip when Michael Jordan does like the wraparound to the same hand, and he was like,
Yes.
"Holy
Yeah.
shit,
we've never seen
We've
that
never
before.
seen that
They
move
just did something
before."
behind the back.
But somebody else made a good point. Those announcers must have been jackasses. The logo is Jerry West ripping it behind his back. How did you never like what it? That's Jerry West's move. So how did you never see it behind the back before? You know,
Brother, you about to make me go down a rabbit hole of like crossovers from like forwards, bro.
you gonna make me go back and watch Bron
I'm doing that right
ankle
now.
breakers because
See, I'm watching them.
Carmelo
Oh
Anthony.
shit.
for real,
Yeah.
LeBron shit ain't like Paul George, man. I'm telling you, KB.
Fucking people up in this video though. Yeah, Austin Rivers touching the flow.
That's LeBron doing that.
Yeah. Who the hell is that? Yeah, it's some of a, that's Mike Scott. Oh my God.
Who?
Michael Scott.
Shout out to Mike Scott. He was one of the first
He
with
also made
emojis.
Tabo Cephalosha fall.
Mm-hmm.
Who had emoji tattoos before Mike Scott?
Don't ask me.
Cool.
I don't know. He was the first one with emoji tattoos.
I thought there was somebody who prominently did have.
No,
it,
he had
bro.
like it was
Yeah.
him.
Oh.
He had like the 100 tattooed
Yeah.
on him and shit.
And then he was like, you know what? I really like that one, so I'm gonna get every other.
Doesn't
emoji.
Tyler Hero have the 100 emoji tattooed
Yes,
on
he
him?
does. Right on his chest.
Oh, right here.
Oh, I kind of counted that.
Okay.
I would never get an emoji tattooed on me.
You know who got a crazy handle? Jimmy Butler. Psych, I'm joking. I just want to see y'all reaction.
Elementary school ass handle.
Do you know who had a
I'm
nice? He's not even in the league no more, but
Klay
kind of
Thompson?
guard. No, we was just talking about him too. Tyreek Evans had a nasty handle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Big ass guard though.
True, they had him trying to run the 3.
Fucked his career up.
That was, yeah,
Took
fuck
the
this
ball out
career.
of his hand.
Lance
Motherfucker came in
Stevenson.
averaging 25 and 5.
Well, Lance Stevenson was a he was more so.
He was more cigar.
More of a 2, but yeah, he could fit for sure.
No, he got that. He got them street ass handles.
Yeah. Have we talked about the in-season tournament yet?
Nope.
All right, so the in-season tournament is happening this season, boys. How we feeling? How we feeling? Or do y'all need the rules and details of it right here, right now?
I feel
Give
good
us
because
the
it's going to
rundown.
be. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, the inaugural in-season tournament will tip off Friday, November 3rd, and accumulate with the championship game December 9th. And that is going to be at a central location in Las Vegas. All 30 teams will be randomly drawn into groups of 5 within their conference based on a win-loss record for the 2022-2023 regular season. Beginning November 3rd and continuing throughout Tuesday, November 28th, each team will play 4 designated group play games on tournament night. 1 game against each opponent in your group. 2 at home and 2 on the road. We'll start there. These groups have already been put together. It is 5 teams per group, 3 teams each conference, and I think it's like Tuesday and Friday is tournament night.
Mm-hmm.
So every game on those nights in that 1 week or that 1 month of November are going to be for the in-season tournament. The only day that's not is election day or voting day, whatever, because there are no basketball games on election or voting day. Ever.
You got to go vote.
You got to go vote. Vote or die. And these games are going to matter for something. The players are going to play for a prize pool of about $500,000 per player on the championship team. It's all in the flow of the season where every single one of the games counts towards your regular season standings, except for the finals, which doesn't have a place to exist yet, where the 2 teams just fighting for that money and you don't get an extra seeding or whatever. That's pretty much the main gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in
That's cool.
Vegas.
The finals are going to be in
December
Vegas.
7th through the 9th.
It's
Mhm.
cool. I mean, I'm thinking ahead. Like I'm kind of concerned at like where teams are at. It is the beginning of the season, so like I guess teams aren't that worried about injuries, but it's just extra games.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It goes towards your regular season
It's
seeding.
just your normal 82-game season.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I do like about it. That it does.
Right.
That it's not like an extra games that LeBron just got to get up for, which you know he
The
probably
only
won't.
extra game is the
Yeah.
final.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you make it to the finals. Every
Mhm.
other game is in the flow of your regular season. It goes towards your standings normally. Like it, I think most teams will approach it as if it is a regular season game.
Yeah.
If we win,
yeah,
we
then
win. If
I
we
guess
don't,
my
we don't.
next thing is then I would wonder how serious the players take it. I think it's good reps though for coaches too, and then players in that 1 game scenario. But it just comes down to like it's supposed to be a 1 game playoff type scenario. Are they gonna treat it like that?
I think some players will, like the players who aren't making $200-something million, like the guys who are on rookie deals or on 2-way deals and stuff like that. Oh yeah, they want to get in there.
Will they play?
I think maybe
Like
in the championship game, maybe some players not going to go to the Vegas game and take it serious because you said it doesn't count towards their regular season record. So like,
But even with that said, okay, let's use Paul George because he's made a ton of money. You saying if I just play one more basketball game, I get another $500,000 that I could just do whatever with? You think Paul
but
George
isn't
is
it
like,
a pool? You said it's a pool, right? They're sharing
everybody
that
gets $500,000 on the
yeah,
roster?
it's
Oh.
per.
Yes, per.
money. Okay.
You think like I know LeBron's a billionaire, but $500,000 is still $500,000 for 1 game of basketball. Now I'm not saying that LeBron's gonna be like I'm playing 48 minutes.
And
I
if you
think
can
he
get
will
that
play.
if you can get that for your rook,
That's what I'm saying. Like Max Christie
Yeah.
is making $1 million right now. That's half his fucking salary. You know,
Yeah.
LeBron,
I wonder
please
what's
play.
that
Suit
accolade
up,
look
please.
like too next to your name, like
One
in season
mid-
championship.
NBA Cup champion, NBA Cup MVP.
it's
That's
cool.
a real thing. It's gonna happen.
It's cool, and I'm not against it. I just think that they have to the emphasis on trying to get playoff basketball when it's not the playoffs, it's just going to be an impossible task because it's literally not the playoffs. But
I think, you know what I think it really is? It's about setting the tempo for the next generation of shit. We're like, a lot of other sports have this type of tournament, mostly in soccer, right? We're like, we're not playing for the one, but we playing for one that matters less, but it still can be fun. So we start now and start to set the standard like, damn, the cup final, Bron had 40. And then you just continue to go like that.
But how many games do they play in a soccer season?
I don't know the answer to that. It's not 82. I got it. EPL standings, 38 games.
Oh.
38 games in the EPL. And that's all of the regular shit. And yeah, that's just against each other.
Because they go to other countries.
Play in different tournaments and shit. So 38 for like the real regular season in your league. But it is more than that.
My other thing also is it's so early that we're not going to see the teams. You know what I'm saying? Like this is November, December
season, yeah.
Yeah, it's still gonna be early part. We ain't gonna see trade deadline and all of that shit of the version of teams yet. So
I think it's in a good spot because you have 1 month leading up to it, and you got a month and a half between that and the deadline. And also, I think there's a good balance of this and then All-Star Weekend and then playoffs in a month and a half after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it is good that they're trying to find something to help keep fans engaged. Once that beginning honeymoon phase over, boom, here's the in-season tournament, and it keeps the fans more engaged a little bit more.
Everything is going to be dependent on the teams and the players, though, and how they respond to it. That's all going to be dependent on it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind something closer to the playoffs.
I wouldn't,
because I look at college basketball. What college basketball does is you have the NCAA tournament. Before the NCAA tournament, you have the conference tournament. So the Big Ten has their own tournament.
But that also has better stakes, right?
Exactly.
Where I'm shitty, but I can go on a run in the tournament.
You can make it.
So you want the stakes of the in-season tournament to be more than just some money.
Yeah.
Guarantee a playoff spot.
Because and it's so close to the NCAA tournament that the tournament at the end of the season for the NBA would be so close to the playoffs that you getting that shit anyway. There's runs and Cinderellas in conference play because it's like you can have 8 wins in the whole NCAA season, but if you win the conference tournament, it's an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. So you're up and you're playing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You up and you're playing. So it's like
I like the idea of the All-Star game making some sort of speculation where like whichever conference wins gets home court advantage in the finals. I think that would up the play of the players.
Didn't baseball used to do that?
Yeah, baseball.
Yeah, I think that would be something that you can get that playoff feel where you're getting like the best basketball players in the world on the court.
I feel that, but if I'm Tyrese Halliburton, I'm not a finals team. I don't give a fuck.
But then you got LeBron, Steph, Giannis. They out there like.
So you want to revert back to East versus West then?
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
I kind of like the interleague shit because you see players who play together who never would have the opportunity to.
I feel what Darrick saying too, but I do like the way the players do need something where everything ain't a fucking steak. Yeah. And the All-Star weekend is supposed to be that. Where like, be competitive in a 3-point shootout. When the last quarter of the All-Star game, put on a little show. But everything for them cannot be
high stakes.
Oh my gosh. I gotta get my cold water bath before it's the All-Star game.
Yeah.
It's the fucking All-Star game. Because then you're gonna have a lot of people that's just like, I'm cool.
Hey, keep your shoe don't that shoe look big as fuck in the camera, bro? his shoe look big. There's a lot of different conversations about what the winner of the tournament would get. What you're suggesting was like you could potentially guarantee a playoff spot. They thought that was too much. They tried to pitch to like a higher lottery odds, or if you're not a lottery team, you get a lottery ball, even if it's a 1% chance. Hell, 1% has got Zion Williamson before.
I actually like that idea.
But they thought that the stakes were a little bit too high for that early in the season. So they ended up on the money with the opportunity to increase it, not just money, but increase the stakes later down the line. But for year one, it's just the money.
What about that? There should be 2 different tournaments. You should have the playoff tournament and you should have the lottery tournament where the lottery teams gotta play. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Like
bottom
like
six.
during the
Seven.
playoffs, every team's still playing, but now we playing for the first. pick.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like that because I was about to say if you do that lottery thing, what if you do it in January, but then like a team just randomly flip a switch?
Right. So you
No,
do it
you
at
do
the
it
end of
at
the
the end.
season,
Yeah,
and then there's a couple more games, but it's like one game elimination maybe. 'cause
And
that's
it's
a lot
not
of
that you play
basketball.
for the first pick, but you get higher odds.
Right.
Take it back to
Yeah.
odd where
Right.
because the bottom 3 teams all got the same odds, right?
Yeah.
No. You playing for them odds. So
Wow, I
Jalen
like
Green
that.
and them would have to have played against Cade and them. Now you fuck around and get a rivalry from 2 bottom feeding
So
teams.
my question is, if I'm
The Warriors that dropped.
I'm thinking like, what's the team that was shitty?
the Blazers.
If
Pistons.
if I'm the Pistons, okay, let's say Pistons. If I'm the Pistons, I'm Isaiah Stewart. Why do I care about our lottery odds? That motherfucker might come in and take my job. They just drafted Victor Wembanyama because we won this tournament. Now I don't get my extension.
That motherfucker also might come and help your ass if you Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I just feel like that they should just let the owners play for that then, not the players.
Ain't
Let's see
nobody.
Mark Cuban.
Phone booth boxing.
Right, Mark Cuban versus Vivek. Throwing punches.
I mean,
Whoever fall first.
the player should be able to get a bag
If
and
that's
some
the
shit
case,
too.
sure,
but
yeah.
never mind. I was gonna say Jordan would just win all the time, but he's
on the
old as
basketball thing.
he's sold his
He
shit.
would. Oh no, he still is he's a minority.
majority,
owner.
yeah.
Minority.
Well, he would probably just suit up and just win that shit all
Right.
the time.
Now we got Wemby, LaMelo, and fucking Cooper Flag all on the same team because Michael Jordan can't miss. Because most owners probably aren't Michael Jordan.
I love that video, of Michael Jordan.
They can even have J. Cole go.
Bro.
He's
Oh,
part
you
of that.
get you get one team representative in a 1-on-1 tournament. It can be a current player, anybody that represent your organization. So the Lakers are like, we want LeBron to go, and then the Hornets are like, who's better, LaMelo or current Michael Jordan?
Current Michael Jordan is ready, bro. I love that video. I forget where he was at, but he seen Magic Johnson. He was like, "You ready to play 1-on-1, right?" And Magic started laughing. He said, "Go get your shoes on." Dwayne Wade looked over there like, "Oh shit, I'm glad he ain't talking
Was
to
that
me."
the NBA 75?
I think
it
so.
was NBA
Yeah.
75. Yeah.
That would be funny to see. Like Magic and Jordan just play 1-on-1 right now.
Yeah.
What if Magic still got it a little bit?
I'm sure he does.
Magic can be like,
Let's see. I'm cool with the NBA just trying shit.
Yeah,
Why
no.
not?
Yeah.
Why not? If it don't work, nix it in 2 years. But right now, just let it fly. Do some
Yeah.
cool shit. We didn't think the playing tournament was gonna last, and here we go.
And now we
I
love
can't
it.
imagine without it. Right.
Yeah, I love that playing tournament.
This
So,
is incentivizes. No, never mind. I was trying to figure out a way that like every team is involved even at the end of the season,
Oh,
and I think the lottery odds thing is interesting.
yeah.
It's gonna find its balance. I feel like that's the only thing. It's hard to put it together perfectly in the first time you're doing it.
Let me tell you something else. This is from Zach Lowe's podcast. Shout out to Zach Lowe, Professor Zach Lowe. He had somebody on there that was on a part of the committee that created the end season tournament. Let me know what y'all think about this. Instead of it being an NBA lottery and an NBA draft, this is the way it works. Because this is the way it works in like the Japanese baseball league.
I'm laughing because somebody said you were my favorite player the year you played at Michigan. Loved you. You loved your game. Jamal Crawford quoted and said Bilal Coulibaly.
Wait, what?
Read the tweet he quoted.
You're my favorite player.
I'm so confused.
I'm so confused.
Everybody in the fucking replies are confused.
Everybody you just put a picture of Bilal dribbling the ball.
Imagine somebody like Darrick, I love you. You're my favorite on the podcast, and Darrick is like,
Bilal Coulibaly.
Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard.
Like, all right.
He must have thought he was quoting some other tweet.
And he just left it up. Old man
Yeah.
shit. Okay, so instead of it being a lottery where like you get 15% chance, I get a 15%, everybody with Yamas, you put on a piece of paper or you email the NBA and tell the league who you want to draft. Don't think about where he's positioned. You tell the league who you want to draft. So in this draft class, who would you want?
I went Amin Thompson.
Really? Over Victor Wembanyama?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Darrick, who would you put on that piece of paper?
Victor Wembanyama.
Who would you put on that piece of paper?
What was the paper?
Just if you
Holy shit.
Jamal Crawford just distracted me.
if you could pick anybody from this upcoming draft to your team, who are you picking? Not this last draft, 2023.
We got Mitchell Robinson, so we don't need Vic.
Oh my God! Just say Vic for
I
the sake of the
agree.
argument. Say Vic for the sake of the argument.
Vic.
Okay. So the way this works is every team that missed the playoffs give a piece of paper to the league and say who they prefer.
because we didn't need Scoot or Vic.
Who you got? Brandon Miller. Who you prefer to draft? Now everybody that picked Victor Wembanyama is entered into a Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes.
What if all 30 teams are saying it?
Exactly. And then everybody's in it. So you got a 1 in 30 chance of getting them. Or I'm sorry, 1
They
in
gonna do
14.
that for
'cause
every
it's just the
player?
lottery teams. Just the lottery teams. But since you picked, who you picked?
A man.
You picked the men and no other team picked the men, you got a men on your roster because nobody else wanted them. Everybody else wanted to get Scoop.
No, we wanted them too.
And
We
they gonna
just
do that
wanted
for
Vic
58
more.
prospects?
No, well, just the
No,
lottery.
lottery.
Just the
Oh,
lottery. And after,
just
I don't know what
lottery.
happens after that, but I'm just going based on that.
But we wanted Vic too.
You only,
I mean, we wanted a man too.
you only put, if you wanted them in too, you should have put them in there.
So what happens when you don't get Vic? You just go into the normal.
do it again?
You know
draft?
what?
Oh,
I
So
might-
Darrick won Vic. Now who you want?
I want
Nah,
a
I
man.
wouldn't do that.
And now he wants a
You
man.
gonna
Then
see
you do it.
extreme taking it. If a team
I
get
think
Vic,
I think it's
if a
crazy.
team get Vic and they like, fuck it, we want him too. We just gonna chill this year. They gonna have the best team, you know, because they
Wait,
already
say it again?
stacked. So look, so say if the Spurs, they've done it 2 years in a row. They got Vic, they got another pick or whatever. They got the dude they want. They already nice, but they want the next pick too. They know if they stay at the bottom, we could beat up on these other teams because they not as good. We could keep loading up until we really feel like, damn, we got a super team over here.
I have no idea what you're saying.
yeah. I don't understand what you're.
You said
How
every
do-
lottery team wants the top guy, right?
Potentially, because you can play it. I know that all 6 of these teams are going to put Vic.
Right.
That lowers our odds.
So
So
I'm
you know
gonna
who
put
we
Scoop.
really like? I like Scoop.
Yeah.
So now it hires my odds to get Scoop because I'm not in that Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. I'm in the Scoop Henderson sweepstakes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
What I'm trying to say, I guess, to
I'm
kinda
old
simplify it-
fashioned. Drop the balls.
Yeah, because it's
I miss
the
it
worst
being on
team-
TV.
Oh my God.
Drop the ball.
Old fashioned drop the balls is a crazy statement.
The worst team usually gets the most balls or whatever, like the percentage, right?
I think in this one it's split on how many people put Vic. So you don't get heightened odds because you suck. Your odds are as similar as Darrick because both of y'all wanted Vic.
But
You
I'm
get what
saying
I'm
you
saying?
still have to play, right?
No,
No,
there's no playing involved.
it's like a different form of the lottery.
It's just a whole different form in the lottery.
Yeah,
My
it's
boy
like a-
Mike thought Butler was getting suited.
I know, I definitely did. Cause I was like, you talking about a end season tournament, like.
Oh
afterwards.
yeah, no, completely disregard that.
I was about to say because like the top team is just gonna
Yeah.
win every
No,
time.
I don't think it'll ever happen
The
in
top
NBA,
bottom
obviously.
team.
But like, I'm now curious to watch next year's Japanese lottery, even though I don't know none of the prospects. I want to see it happen live. I want to see Murakami get his name put on the fucking paper 4 times, and now you got a 1 in 4 chance of getting him. And then this other dude, like, we think he the next whoever. We gonna get, I thought it was fun.
I'm
It
all for
sounds
innovation.
it sounds interesting, it sounds fun, but it also sounds like a lot going on in one night. Like they're probably gonna portray this on TV,
Yes.
so it's probably that sounds
You don't
like
think that's good
Bro,
entertainment?
hey,
that
you know
sounds
what
like a
I've seen?
3-hour. Well, it already is.
I was about to
It
say-
already
I was about to say,
sounds
Bro,
like
the
you know
first
what I've
round is
seen?
3 hours now.
yeah,
I think I've seen
3
this on Reddit.
hours.
that is
So
crazy.
basically, it's not 82 games at all. Like scrap all that. Basically, you start off at,
Fucking 2K.
Hey, I'm here for the 2K shit.
you start off with basically 30 wins, and it goes to last team standing. If you lose, you get a loss to it. You go down to 29. It keeps going until the last team is standing.
What?
What are we talking about right now?
That sounds like a fun ass 2K.
This a
video.
wake.
Oh.
That's the wake and bake league.
So every team has 31 games, and every
No,
time you
every
lose,
team you start off with basically 30 points.
okay,
Every time you lose a point.
and
do,
then
you, do you gain points from winning, or it's just like
You just start
Don't be
off.
at the bottom.
You don't be at the bottom.
so
The
once you
commission
hit
in this
0,
league,
are you out of the
you're-
league
you're
and the rest
out.
of the teams play?
You're out, and they keep going.
That's fun. Not NBA fun, but that's a fun idea.
I
That's
thought
the-
that was a cool idea.
the wake and bake league.
I don't think that
boy.
shit would ever happen.
so
Yeah,
essentially the last team with the most points wins the championship.
I mean, a lot of leagues.
So it
are
eliminates the
points-based.
playoffs.
What'd you say? What
So
happens
it
to the
eliminates the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
they would
Because
basically get down
technically
to
you're getting down to the last 4
once
teams
it's like the
regardless.
couple of last teams, it's the playoffs. Because if they have 3 points left and the other team has 6, like you gotta make up that ground on that.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't hate. I mean, not for the NBA.
So that could be an
obviously, but, like,
11-game series.
It could be.
Damn.
So that would
Oh, that makes
incentivize
it OD
teams that
though.
like every game we gotta come out. It would kind of be weird though if like it gets down to the last 2 teams. It's like they both got like 25 points because they haven't lost on the season.
No.
And they got to play all them games though.
No,
no,
no.
I'm
At that
saying
point,
one
I think that's
team-
when you make it a real series. It's
Oh,
last 2
just 7-game
teams and
series?
7.
One team dominates, and the last team that get there didn't dominate. So they got to make up the ground, like you said. They would have to win. So if I was a part of a dominant, the Knicks are dominant.
Okay.
So we got 11 points left.
In your dreams, buddy.
The Lakers, y'all had to climb and fight through the
We
West.
got to make y'all go to 0.
So it's 3. Y'all got 3 points. Sorry, 11.
Okay.
So you got to beat
That's
them
a lot
11
of
times.
That's a 14-game series potentially.
And now that you say that, that's more than an 82-game season probably, right?
Hell yeah. Because you got to make up the ground.
For some people.
You don't even know how many games you got to play. It depends on.
But it's not just like one game at a time. It's all happening like in a vacuum together. So in a theory, like it might be. It's not one team that's losing a point at a time, right? It's 12 games going on.
No,
by the fourth
but
week,
if I
it might be 16 that dropped out.
If I'm dominating though,
Uh-huh.
I still have a large amount of points
You're
left.
the 73-9 Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever has to play you, nobody on the team has 70 wins. So you would have to beat them 10 times just to make up the ground for you to win. That's why we say it's an unpredictable amount of games you have to play.
But I think that's a cool idea, though. If I could replicate that in 2K for a video, 100% I would.
Yeah.
You just can't do it.
It's just the
2K
time
sucks.
on it.
Yeah.
How many games it's going to be?
No, don't put that on 2K. Tell me the game suck. That's a hot.
No, the game just doesn't allow you to do new shit.
Oh,
That's all.
well, the league ain't doing new shit. They mimicking the league.
Now they are. Oh, I guess, yeah. I like a lot of games where they let you like go into the code and change shit with like mods and stuff.
Yeah.
You can to some extent on the NBA, but not as much as you would want. You could. In some of the
2K
other
definitely
games.
got a lot to work
They
on,
definitely,
but
absolutely.
They
That
got to
was a-
have the mods on like the PC version, though.
Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
You don't
'Cause
know
the
how to
piece-
experiment with that?
I have, yeah.
the PC
Is it worth it?
faces look better than 2Ks. How the fuck
Yeah.
does that happen?
The people at the crib make it better face scans for the players.
And
too.
they coming in and working with y'all, and
Yeah.
y'all still ain't got it better than. And all they doing is taking a Google picture and just, 2K. Come on now.
It can't be that hard, 2K. You're
Because
multi-million
I'll be
dollar
damned
comp.
if the day
Our
they say
face can't be better than that.
the day they say through the wire we want podcasts to be on here. We'll let y'all be in part of
Through the wire
my-
merch at the little pop-up shop.
And we in a My Career story where you got to go sit down and talk.
That's not too far off, bro.
You got to go talk to.
I cry laughing if them niggas got to come sit down for an interview with us, bro.
That would be
Plus
amazing.
team to
and
plus
they
to
got
the popularity.
they got me on that glazer.
yeah. See, coming out of draft, you were my favorite prospect.
He gonna start off. How
I
you
wa-
liking our city?
I watched you since he was in high school, Mike. That'd be crazy.
It's not too far off. JJ had his shit in the shop. I had my little fake ass thing in the shop. You just gotta have a connection. 2K. I mean, our company has a connection. We just need the numbers, I think. How can we convince them to put the TTW on a black T-shirt? Would you wear it? Would
Hell
you,
yeah!
would you
I don't
play-
be exclusively.
Would you
well,
play the game more if?
Probably
Because
not.
my shit is in the
Probably
game,
not.
and I have not
Hey,
played it.
Anytime I was on it, I was going to have.
I
I
would,
was rocking it.
fuck what he talking about. I would play the game a lot more. If I knew every time I made a new guy, I had to go talk to myself as part of the story. It's a lot easier to
You
make
not
a new
skipping
build.
through that shit?
And-
I'm skipping through. After the first time, I'm skipping.
and not the first time.
Because you already know the lines. You have to do the voiceover.
The
But you gonna have
story
your-
part is like the least favorite part of the game.
It's the worst part of the game.
I couldn't do it.
It would just be so funny looking at Darrick on the game. they gonna have him.
And that red blazer that we did in the
Hell yeah.
Studio J.
They got suits on there like that.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, that'd be decent.
But it would be funny to have your 2K created player face scan and then you
Talking
talking
to
to
your-
yourself, which also face scan.
Two Pierres just talking. just
Okay, your face scan is dead accurate too.
they just let them quiz each other on what college he went
Nigga
to.
Pierre be uploading pictures on Twitter, and he be talking about fit on point.
They do.
Motherfucker be having some Palm Angels on.
Spending real money.
Palm what?
Palm Angels.
I was with Palm Angels yesterday. It's real life. I had it on 2K before I had it in real life. You had to manifest this shit. Yeah. They should definitely put us in to have our Through the Wire merch. That means we have to take the merch up to a different level, though. Don't put no basic ass
She gonna have the
TTW.
regular through the wire one.
No, we got it. We gotta have it, and they gotta come sit down in this studio with us.
They asked me to go to like 2K Day. The first time they ever asked me, I've been making 2K videos for such a long time. I've never been invited until this year.
You said no,
I
right?
said no, fuck 2K, bro. One thing I have stood right about is I told the people years ago I would never take a penny from 2K directly,
Yeah.
not directly. And I stand by that, even to this day, because the game is bad.
Yeah, it's a damn shame that we gotta like with this league that we running, and it's not the trash 2K because I still fucking play it, and they get my money, but we have to use a new roster. We can't use the default 2K rosters, and like I give you an example, and I'm saying this not to shit on any player, but it's just the reality. Montrezl Harrell in the regular standard 2K roster has 14 badges. There's like Montrezl Harrell.
They're always late.
Montrezl Harrell.
Andre Iguodala still got every gold
yes.
badge.
So we had to use a new roster, which is based off the attention to detail, and somebody
Kemba Walker
went in.
still got 16 badges.
LeBron's got Clamp Silver.
So on this roster they catch up. So yeah, Klay Thompson does not have defensive badges because it's been a while since he's been his
Locking
defensive
up.
self.
You know what I was talking about the other day? We was talking about doing a money league. Just so we can really get the people that's like, we trying to be
Serious?
in this league and be serious. Ain't finna be waving Bradley Beal. Ain't finna be trading Jokic for Klay Thompson.
Somebody waived Bradley Beal.
Ox with the Fox and Mike's last league, but that league lasted a week.
We were saying that like we should try to set it up like a month before we're about to do it, so we can get everybody in. And we saying like a $25 buy-in. What was that? 25 times 30 was that 750? 500 to yeah. 500 to the
He did already when he was talking about it.
To the winner, and then 250 to the runner-up. That would be a nice little prize.
Nah, runner-up don't get shit.
That motherfucker spent a lot of time on that game.
And he lost.
Only one could be winner.
What did the Heat get from losing to the Nuggets?
Potentially Damian Lillard.
That's a great consolation prize if you ask me.
Very good consolation prize.
The only thing with that is, I'll be down. Obviously, it's only $25. It's just like somebody's going to suck. Who is going to be willing?
No, that's what I said. I know, but yeah, because
Is
like
Devin-
only
25
16.
is such a low pay in that even the bad players are super. Like, I'm cool.
Is Devin
Yeah.
paying 25 to be the bottom of the West again?
If he sucks,
I'm sure people
It's Devin.
would
He'll
pay
be
to
there.
get
Is
in
Smalls paying 25 to be the bottom of the West?
I guess it's just that idea that I could win 700.
and just being a part of the league is something that a lot
I
of
think the
people
league
do.
is fun. Like I don't always structure my team to just be the best. I'm actually in there trying to build teams and work with players and develop. It's fun.
Knowing
So-
ahead of time, I think he's like gives a heads up. So it's like I'm not gonna draft all these young players.
But I
and
think the
expect to do
league,
some shit.
that's true. The league would also need to be able to be continued because if I'm paying 25,
Yeah,
I
we keep
value
going.
my pick
Yeah,
to
we
get
keep
the
going in
next to get the next highest overall pick. But I think it would be more strategic and more, guys wouldn't be so thirsty to fucking
I don't play good with Jokic.
he's on a trade block.
Now we gotta
be more
now
precise.
Now we got somebody
It's just
with
more of an
Shea,
investment
Jokic,
into the league than just
and Bradley Beal on the same
accepting the
team.
invite.
It's just so disappointing sometimes for me, I guess, because we do
Crossplay this year too, by the way.
true.
And that's why I also brought up. I was like, I hope 2K got their shit right because leagues already be tweaking.
They be
Facts.
buggy.
There's no way.
It's
I feel
not
like
like
the
we-
servers are gonna be ass.
We're gonna have a
Crossplay.
crossplay, and it's gonna be like it's.
That's
filed
why everybody
corruptly.
asking me what's the hype or like how excited am I? I can't be excited because 2K always do this and there's some problem. Even before cross platform, like we ran into problems. We put all that time in, all that money in to get our guys ready for Pro-Am, and now it's time to play Pro-Am, and we playing, but the game ain't saving because all games don't save past 11:30. Just like silly, goofy shit. And it's like I feel like that's gonna happen with the cross platform. Is we finally gonna be able to play somebody or have somebody on our team from Xbox or no from PlayStation. It's gonna be like, oh man, you won't find a game when you got to do from PlayStation. It's gonna be some shit you have to
Yeah.
Google, and somebody gonna be like, yeah man, when you got more than 2 PlayStation players, the game don't count for whatever reason.
it's gonna be
It's
like that
just
shit
so
crashed.
fucking
It
stupid.
was like that on MLB last year when they had it because I think that was the first time you could do crossplay, and like if you're trying to do the co-op and somebody else was on like PlayStation or Xbox, it was just like weird and messed it up.
Yeah, that shit is terrible. That shit is
They
very,
gotta work on
very,
this shit though.
very, very terrible. I'm just disappointed because we do so many leagues, and everybody, have your thing. I just hate seeing people with the same players. Like Jalen, you don't have to get Bi every time or Ball. Kamari, you don't have to get Markelle Fultz every time. Kyron, you don't have to get Tobias Harris every time. Devin, why are you drafting Taco Fall every fucking league?
6th round too.
And these motherfuckers wonder why they get the same results every time. Jalen is always solid, but he's never somebody I think is going to win the championship. Kyron is always cool, but I never really worry about him. Kamari, I know I'm going to beat him, guaranteed win. Devin, I can fucking put my bench in and win because you're trying to play. You're trying to beat me while playing through Taco Fall. KB, he plays through Taco Fall.
I'm already knowing.
And shout out to these rosters because
These
Taco
rosters
Fall
been
ain't
nice
really
as
going to be
hell.
on shit. Yeah. 2K be having motherfuckers with random ass shit, man. Like, I don't know. Motherfucker make one all defensive team and they still got it could be like 14 years ago. Your last league, I signed Rondo because Rondo still had like 9 playmaking badges.
It do be the old.
Darrick Evans got some decent badges. I think he got like what's
He
the
got,
finishing badge?
He got like a bunch of finishing badges.
Yeah, like fearless finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does. But that shit
his handle nice too.
that shit it's gonna go down after the year. Cause he like a 35. I had simmed in my own little thing,
Yeah.
and his shit dropped. Him and OJ dropped significantly
Oh,
because they older. So
yeah.
they only bronze though.
Mhm.
But I think they trying to get because it is mind blowing that 2K has players with no badges. I think every pro player should have at least one badge. You know what I mean? Like
They
glue
good at
hands.
something. They got something.
Somebody got. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think they were just trying to make sure everybody has some type of badges because what pro player wouldn't have a badge? Name me one player
I
you
like
think
how they
right
got
now.
a lot of
Johnny
this-
Davis is probably the only person that would have a badge.
That's crazy.
What badge would Johnny Davis have?
Acrobat.
Acrobat. True.
He got acrobat.
True.
I'm trying to think of a player, somebody in the league who probably does like it's valid if they don't got no badges on.
And I felt comfortable saying Johnny Davis is so young. He'll get a badge eventually, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is one.
What badge does Dalen Terry have?
Oh,
Off ball pest.
or slippery off ball. They would probably give him slippery off ball.
why the fuck would he
Why?
have slippery
Off ball
off
pass makes some sense.
Oh no, off ball pass. I got the badges confused. My bad. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
Off ball pass makes some sense.
I have him on my team, by the way. I actually don't think he has any badges.
Yeah.
Which is valid.
What badge would Boban have? Rebound
Masher.
chaser or something?
Biggest hit, masher.
Masher.
Smasher.
They got Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has Masher, I think.
What?
Really? For what?
What you mean for what?
Masher?
What is Masher again?
It's when you're
It's
a
like
big
standing dunk
Yeah,
shit.
it's for like
Oh.
when you're a big man.
Yeah.
He might not have it then. I think he has something where like he can post. Like
Back down
post
Punisher?
playmaker or some shit.
Oh.
Post playmaker.
Something like that. But I'm like, Jalen Brunson should have that. As a guard that be going in there, he should have that. He does have Masher though. But if it's for stand and dunk, that's crazy. I thought it was for finishing.
Yeah,
He probably has Giant Slayer.
it helps you finish over smaller defenders. So if you big, it's gonna help you finish over a nigga like KB.
You know who be going crazy?
Who?
Chat. Chat be going crazy.
I think he really finna come back this year and go crazy.
No, on my team, he goes crazy.
I'm thinking about both. Real life
Oh,
and
real
in
life,
your,
yeah,
in
yeah.
your league.
I haven't even given him his upgrades yet. AirPods be going. We got a young team, man. Young team. What wins you games in the league? Defense or offense?
Offense, but honestly, with this conversation keep going on, I feel like it's so played out. It's a balance. You need a balance, but offense is what you need more of.
KB, you on the side of defense?
I'm team defense for sure.
Fuck what Kevin Durant talking about.
You fuck what Kevin Durant talking about.
How about you, D Miller?
Defense on a smaller scale, offense does matter, but on a big scale, that offense shit it slows down significantly in the postseason. So you're not getting 120-point games.
I'm with Mike. Just because
That's
I've seen myself and others guard somebody as best as you can and they still make it.
Yeah, but like
I've never seen it the other way.
I'm just going on the history of anything.
Yeah.
The Nuggets had a top 15.
The Nuggets,
The Nuggets and one of the Lakers teams are the only exception to the rule. Every other team in the last 30 years has been a top defensive team, and that didn't mean that they were also top offensive.
Who's the worst offensive team to win a
the
championship?
Detroit Pistons? Detroit Pistons were
Yeah, they
like
only
middle
they
of
only
the
really
pack.
won that because Kobe and Shaq was beefing. If them motherfuckers was on the same page, I'm sorry, Detroit.
They also had Karl Malone on the team, so
And Gary Payton.
yeah, so they didn't deserve that.
I think it's more so offense because say even if you like offense, great offense is always gonna beat better defense.
But
That's you on paper, but not in actuality. in
Because
my opinion.
We've never seen a super defensive team. You only fear certain teams because, like, the super teams because it's all offense.
and
I think you fear them because of the star players, but like in the grand scheme of things, when you go into a playoff game, you know the game's going to end up 88 to 90.
Hey, I'm at the podcast. Let me ask you a question real quick. 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What wins, defense or offense?
Defense.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Ty.
You saying that because you get your ass locked up. EJ be locking you up.
Locking who up?
You.
Oh, no. Real quick. I'm going to tell you why. I've always been told that. But then as I got older, I didn't believe it and younger because I figured, like, if I can outscore you, I'm going to beat you, right? Because the game is to score more points. But I'll use this for an example, then I'm definitely let you go. If scoring was everything and help you win games, and I just saw this on YouTube maybe like 2 days ago maybe, why Kevin Durant hasn't won when they had all the scoring. The reason why they won at Golden State, because they did play defense.
My answer is because they was hurt.
They would have, if Kevin Durant got hurt, they still made it to game. If Klay Thompson did get hurt, they probably would have won they would have won without Kevin Durant. Both of them got hurt.
You just a Warrior fan.
Defensively, Klay Thompson was one of the best defending two guard. Draymond Green won Defensive Player of the Year. Moody, all those guys are built to play the defense. The scheme was a defensive scheme too. Golden State was one of the efficiency-wise, defensively, they were one of the top 5.
All right, I'm gonna call you back. This ain't no Warrior podcast. You talk about the Warriors too much.
I'm just letting you know defense, baby. Love you. Can't get
I'm gonna call you right back. Love you. Fucking
I got
Warrior
the numbers.
fan.
I got the numbers. I ain't got 2011, 12, and 13. In 2020, the Lakers were the 11th offense and the 3rd defense champion. 2019, 5th defense, 5th offense for the Raptors. 18, 3rd offense, 11th defense for the Warriors, but they had fucking Kevin Durant, and they didn't need to, you know what I'm saying? Also Warriors, 1st offense, 2nd defense. Cavs.
That was a Harrison Barnes year, right?
No, that is the first Kevin Durant year.
Okay.
Cavs, 3rd offense, 10th defense. Warriors, 2nd offense, 1st defense. That's Harrison Barnes.
Yes.
Spurs, 7th offense, 3rd defense. Heat, 2nd defense, 2nd offense, 9th defense. This is fucking my head up.
So they got the better offense and defense.
They had the better offense. So I'm gonna keep a tally. So far it's been 1, 2, 3 teams that have better offense than defense to win a championship.
What's the other one?
Just keep that one. Just keep that one, and then we'll leave it at that. The Mavericks were 8th and 8th.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed one of this. The first Heat championship was 8th offense, 4th defense.
Okay.
The Lakers of 2010, 11th offense.
No, they was defense.
4th defense.
All defense.
The Lakers the year before that, 3rd offense, 6th defense. So add another one for the offensive team. Celtics, 10th offense, 1st defense. Spurs, 5th offense, 2nd defense. Heat, 7th offense, 9th defense. So you can add another one there. Spurs, I'm just going to say defense or offense because now I'm doing too much. Defense for the Spurs, defense for the Pistons, defense for the Spurs again, offense for the Lakers. That was the 1 year in 2001 where they were the 21st defense and won the championship. 21st defense.
Kobe just outscoring.
Then you got a defensive team. The 96 Bulls were first in offense and defense.
But let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Out of all of those, was there anything where somebody had like the 20, like how the Lakers had the 21st?
That's what I was saying.
1994, 15th offense, 2nd defense won the championship.
Wait, say that again.
1994, that's the first Rockets championship. 15th
That's
offense,
why you don't cut
defense.
Elijah one.
Yeah,
And then the Pistons, 18th offense, 2nd defense.
because I feel like for
What? You talking about the Spurs? The Spurs? What are you talking about? Defense.
I'm just talking shit. Somebody in your comments was saying that when you
In my
tagged me.
comments?
Yeah, you paid an Instagram post.
Oh, Instagram.
I'm like, any answer would have been atrocious. I'm just not. I'm here to entertain.
Mm-hmm.
So if you may put a start bench cut, I'm not for the. I can't answer it. I understand why the pro player don't want to answer it, Jalen Duren. I'm going to answer it because what's the worst thing I'm gonna happen? Somebody on Twitter is not going to agree. What did he fucking do? It's a start bench cut with 3 Hall of Famers. You have to cut somebody that's going to be like, what the hell?
I straight up just think it's balanced. Like honestly, because a lot of those teams that you said, they were right, only a few spots away from each other in terms of like offense and defense. But for the other teams, it's like, I guess I'm trying to get to is like, it depends how big the trade off is. If my
How
offense
much
is
of
elite,
history was it unbalanced because a lot of those teams is balanced.
Yeah.
Where they got 7 defense, 3rd offense, or 3rd defense, 7. So it's 2 top 10. But when it's not 2 top 10, what is it leaning more on? Do we have more teams that we've seen
That's
have?
what I would like to say.
So this is 40 years of reference. 12 of them had a better offense than defense.
And a lot of times, some teams, like in the playoffs, the defense, it improves from what it was in the regular season.
That's true. 7-game series, dial in on.
Would
it.
you rather have
Like the
elite
Bucks, the
offense
Bucks did it.
and not great defense, but okay defense versus you have great defense.
I'm sorry.
and elite.
Say it again for me.
You have elite offense
Right.
and okay defense,
Right.
or okay offense and elite defense.
I'd rather have okay offense and elite defense.
I'd rather have elite offense,
I would rather have elite offense.
but
because that okay defense and the
But
play.
so far, neither of those recipes have won many championships. The reality is you
We
need
haven't.
both.
Yeah,
You need top 5 in both.
no,
in
for
a lot of
sure.
cases.
But what would you rather have?
Because if I can put up 120 points a game, I know I can.
I actually take that
Versus the
back.
team that don't.
I love the fact that they're arguing for offense because I do think that the conversation does have a well balanced team. But when I'm building my team on like 2K and stuff, I locking a motherfucker up
Yeah.
goes a long way.
takes
That's
me
what-
right into my offense.
Like you saying you could put up 120. If I know I could stop you from getting 120, it's gonna fuck up your whole rhythm. And I know I can get
You
100.
locking us up
But-
maybe 100
but-
points though.
but-
And y'all only average.
but-
Y'all only score 95 a
the
game.
other parts of that coin,
95 a game would be fucking. You're not. That's not an average offense nowadays. If you score 95 a game, that's the bottom of the league offense.
But in the playoffs, it does normally come down to like 100 to 90 something. So like in those games, it's usually those type of scores. You're not getting 120 to 118 in an NBA Finals game.
Often.
Yeah. So like,
It can be. I'm putting up 110 on a bad game. Y'all got 102. Whatever.
who the
But if
5
I'm
best?
not-
Who the
'cause
5 best defensive players in the league?
Bam Adebayo.
Giannis, Bam, Jaren Jackson Jr.
No. I need cohesiveness. Who's your
do you mean?
point guard? Give me your
Oh,
team
you
of
talking about-
best
you
defenders.
You said who's the 5 best players.
Defensive player, but I thought you would know to not name me 5 centers. Obviously, I'm asking for
Hey,
a
that's
fucking
so
Can we
good.
reason.
put,
Center
can we put
position.
Drew Holiday at the 1?
Drew
Okay.
at the 1. At the 2, let's put Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden
Okay,
McDaniels at the 2.
Or can we put him at y'all want to put him at the 3?
He did. When is the last time he played the 2?
Okay.
I was more thinking like some Herbert Jones love or
Oh.
something along those lines.
Okay.
Or Paul George.
Dylan Brooks.
You want to put Paul George at 2?
2023 Paul George is not the best defensive.
Who was y'all shooting guard? Give me somebody.
Herb
Who did you
Jones.
just say? Just put Herb Jones.
Herb Jones. Who's y'all small forward?
mm,
Best defender.
this is tough, bro.
Do you want Jaden McDaniels?
I think, yeah. Or either,
This is such a wiry team, though. If I'm building a team and both of my wings are 100 pounds soaking wet,
you
I
want to
don't
put
like
Kawhi Leonard at the 3?
it. But 22, are we talking right now? We ain't
I
seen
want your
Kawhi
best-
sit in his fucking chair in a minute.
Give me your best defender. Because
He-
when
I
I
do it for a
if
game.
we're going by notoriety, it's 100% Kawhi.
Yeah.
I want
but
your
I'm trying
best
to-
defender.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's put Kawhi there.
Okay.
We got Kawhi at the
Who's your 4?
Giannis.
Who's your 5?
Jaren Jackson.
That's your 5.
I'd run Jaren, I guess.
Or would you want to go Joel?
No,
You can go Joel.
no.
So now,
Or Bam.
Run Bam.
so now,
Oh, yeah, Bam.
Because now I'm throwing at your ass, Steph Curry. I'm throwing Luka. For my small forward, Kevin Durant. For my power forward, who the fuck? Who? I need to space the floor too, though. No.
No. Don't think about collection. You're just going by based on talent. Who's the best offensive players?
Yeah.
AD at the 4 is the best offensive player, or is Kevin Durant considered a 4?
It's up to you. It's your offensive team.
Because then you put KD at the 3?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I'll put Bron at the 3, KD at the
Bron at the 3, KD at the 4, and at the 5.
Jokic.
4.
Jokic is the better player, but the NBA lead the league in scoring.
Go with he's the better offensive player by far.
Jokic. That offensive
far.
team wiped the floor with that ass. I'm sorry.
But when you really think about it, most players are well-rounded. We picked Herb Jones strictly for the defense when in reality, I mean, there's players that are maybe marginally
Who was my
worse.
shooting guard?
I don't remember.
Who was your shooting guard? It was
Luka.
Luka.
You Luka.
There are probably people defensively that are marginally worse than him, but you'll take because they have more offensive balance. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm taking Luka not because I'm literally that's all offense. Herb Jones don't want no problems.
motherfucker. They had Mikal Bridges on him. That motherfucker had him spinning around.
If now we're building a team, I would probably put Mikal over Herb then. just because he brings more to the table on the other side, even if he's slightly worse defensively.
I seen what Luka Doncic was doing to Mikal Bridges.
For sure. But it's not always that. I mean, we've seen a lot of teams that have a collection of great offensive talents just not do it in the playoffs because it takes way more than that. And I think this current Suns team is going to be a good, determining factor in some of these conversations because they're going to be a fucking powerhouse offensively. It's not going to be teams that's going to be able to stop them. But do y'all look at them and say, that's my championship team right now? I don't.
No.
Could they win it? Hell yeah. But I'm not looking at them.
But I'm looking at everything in that, too. I'm looking at, are they going to be healthy? I'm looking at the depth.
Yeah,
a team is a team. But if you told me they had a fully loaded team, but they was all offensive, so the bench got Jordan Clarkson and all these guys, I would be taking them. But they don't have the best collection of players. That's why. It's not because they are too offensive. But the one thing I will say for you, KB, that I will give you credit for and why I do look at defense, my favorite team to watch ever growing up was the pace, space, 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns.
And they didn't do a damn
And they
thing.
never touched the finals floor.
They
now,
never touched the conference finals.
I will say, the time that they looked like they were going to, they had some very
controversial.
Yes, that was very controversial.
If it was going to happen, it was that year.
Joe Johnson fell and
hurt.
fucked the shit up before his eye. Anything is possible. I'm not saying it was a guarantee, but that always looked like the year that was going to happen. But, that was a super offensive team. But they also were just fast and ahead of their time. They didn't have the best talent of offensive players. You know what I'm saying? They just had a good collection and a good scheme. But if you take that system and what they had and put the best version of each player there versus a Pistons team with the best defensive version of it, I'm taking that offensive team. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
That Pistons team was amazing defensively, but it's not like they were all that. You know what I'm saying? As far as everybody
they had the
on
keys.
The roster.
Yeah, I don't. But I think defensive teams everybody don't have to be because you got an anchor.
Ben was ridiculous.
Point of attack.
Yep.
And you got length and help.
Sean Prince block on was that Reggie
Miller.
Yeah, all-time moment.
You know what? I don't remember what numbers they were.
Reggie Miller still kind of pisses me off that he got that block. Because as a young Laker fan, I'm like, yo, if Reggie scores that, the Lakers play the Pacers and the Lakers wipe the floor with that Pacers team.
Mm-hmm. If the Rockets would have won with that small ball ass lineup and they somehow won the championship, I feel like the conversation could have been turned a little bit because
they almost beat the Juggernaut.
I don't know what they were
Yes,
ranked, but it felt like they were all offense, all
I would
ISO,
assume they were
all
like
small
number
ball.
1 or 2.
Yeah,
Like
That's
D'Antoni,
what
baby.
James was on too.
Like
James
D'Antoni.
would have. Woo.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that. But obviously,
Because I was thinking about
the
the
answer to the
defense
question
too
is
with
it's a
the
balance. But yeah,
what the Celtics had one of the craziest defense when they were just in the finals, and the Warriors they was taking that shit apart. Like they couldn't stop Steph Curry.
but it was the number 1 offense versus. The number 2 defense versus the number 1 offense. It's not like the Warriors were all offense. They were the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was.
It was
Tatum.
historically good
Brown with 30 points on 30 shots.
Yeah, it was historically good defensive team, which was the Celtics second half of the season. But the Warriors were number 2. It's not like the Warriors were all offense with Steph Curry. They also had the defense.
Yeah.
And
Andrew Wiggins was playing on another level too.
the Nuggets are an example of a team that was middle of the pack defensively that won a championship.
They definitely turned their defense up in the
They
playoffs.
definitely did.
Jokic played tremendous defensively too.
The Bucks had a down defensive year, the one that they won.
But when
but
they won,
the years before that, we know it's the same collection of talent.
when they
just,
won though, that shit was defense. Like
for sure. The
what
block
Drew
between,
Holiday,
the
block. Drew Holiday was in Devin Booker's shit. Him and Chris Paul.
Absolutely.
Like that was they took away the Suns' offense.
Yeah.
I wonder where I'm going to look real quick where the Denver Nuggets ended their season defensively. Because I remember early in the show last season, you were talking about them being like 25-ish. And it slowly rolls
At
up.
the end of the season or the playoffs?
They were at the beginning of the playoffs.
Oh, they were 15th, I think.
And it's also hard to have I think it's easier for your defense when you are a really good offense because you're not constantly running back off missed shots, turnovers, and stuff like that. You got a chance to get your defense set up.
Yeah, I know it's a game, but I had got Caruso, and the one I've reached for him. But the one thing I like about him is that we score so many points. Like if you go to the league and you look at the stats,
you score out turnovers.
My team leads the league in turnovers, steals, and fast break and points off of turnovers. Mm-hmm. Because all we do is steal, block, and we gone. You just run, you just go. So you know what I'm saying?
That's the one thing about defense because you could look up and it was just a close game, but now you're down 12 because you just turned the ball over 2 times and missed the shot.
They were 17th. Exactly.
That's because I think they were like 28 or something. Yeah. For them to climb all the way up, that's.
But when the playoffs came around, of the teams that played playoff minutes, they were 5th in defense. So again, completely turned it up. You know who the number one team in the playoffs was, right?
Miami Heat.
The Chicago Bulls. In their 2 games, baby. Stop playing.
That team also had Alex Caruso, but he wasn't at point guard. He was at the 4.
I miss those days when the Bulls was like the number 1 defense in the league.
We were number 5, baby. We weren't that far off.
Yeah.
It just don't feel like it because
No.
it didn't matter.
Yeah, those days we were actually good.
Yeah.
These days,
When you talk about putting your head down and getting in that shell, that prime Bulls team, specifically the year that Derrick Rose was out, that was it.
That's all they did.
That's how you won every game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Tom Thibodeau was coaching his ass off. He had them boys playing their heart out on that defensive side of the ball.
You were just saying your favorite team growing up was a 7 seconds or less team. I was thinking, do I have a team like that I was growing up like, oh yeah, this is the team I love.
When I was,
the most?
it was
You said it was the Melo Nuggets.
Iverson and J.R. Smith. They were just putting up a bunch of
7
buckets.
seconds or less is just like there was no. I'm sure it existed, but I didn't have League Pass. I didn't have worldwide cable. You had to watch what was coming on TV, and when I saw Thursday night on Monday night a game, I said Thursday night the Suns are gonna play. Boy, you best to believe I wrote that shit down.
You know what you just said that remind me of?
What?
When I seen him throw that ball.
Did you know what that's from?
That's he was talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
When I seen him throw that ball.
Yeah.
Had to write that shit down, man, for real. These kids are not good. They got it. You go on the phone, and they
You
playing.
don't
It's
need to
playing.
pay, bro.
Yeah.
There's sites
Stream
out
it,
there that
yeah.
get you the shit for the free.
I used to look at NBA League Pass commercials and be like, man, I wish we was fucking rich. Man, I wish. Man,
It
that
still
shit was
is.
expensive.
Was. That
It
shit is still
Well,
expensive.
Now you can get it with 2K though. They ain't had that option back in the
And
day.
hell no, they ain't had that option. And if they did, my mama and my pops would have still been like, I don't want to
You
do
got the
this.
$60 version. Well, no, I'm sorry, $50
I was talking
version.
to somebody yesterday. He said I be getting it just for the NBA League Pass. I don't even be playing 2K. I said
My dad still tell. Yeah, because it's only 60, right?
No. That's
no,
the,
it's
like the Lux
150.
edition. Yeah.
it's like
That's still a
150.
cheap. What that shit is like $2.99.
They be running deals like a month into the season.
They do.
EJ still be hitting me up like, Dad don't want to put his card into the game. It's 2020. I be like, yo, put your fucking card in, man. The fuck? Put
Yeah, I
your
never
card
had
in.
my mom card on the game ever.
No, my mom wasn't going.
Yeah,
My mom was not going at all. I used to have to get my own card,
yeah.
or I would go and I would use her card, and I would go to like
She would have to take that
Walgreens,
motherfucker off.
and I would have to. No, I
Get
would
the
go buy
Xbox
like a
card.
Visa or Xbox card.
No, my mom would put her card in for some shit that she was like she was not saving that motherfucker in there. She taking it off.
Oh, I would have saved it. But like Xbox, you got $25 cards. But my mom would be like, she only got 15 for me. So now I had to just go buy like a Visa gift card from Walmart. Cause now I see Xbox got everything. They got a $5 card, $10. I'm like, when I was a kid, y'all had like 25.
You know what's
and
the
50.
worst thing about like Xbox or Microsoft is like you could have a $50 card, and I just know like a kid getting a $50 card for his Christmas or like Christmas, you still got to pay that tax, so that motherfucker be $52.98.
Yeah.
You can't get it.
For sure. That tax coming. Them was the days though, man. Them was the days. That's when you had to really grind for my team. Did you play my team long enough to where you ain't have money?
Yeah, I remember the first my team I had is just like they had all the team packs, and I remember one of my first biggest pullers I pulled AI, and this one I was playing like Tyler and I think Kyron sucked at 2K at this point.
Yeah.
It was like me and Tyler had like Dominique Wilkins. I had AI, and we'd always be going like against each other.
Yeah, me and Ontario played and we didn't have money, so we had to do what's the shit called? Dominate. We used to do domination.
No, the way I got my money for my shit is they had what 2K was it when they had the VC glitch? You load up into the
Every
game.
15 minutes, you load up.
That's
load up into the
crazy.
I
game.
swear to God, I was thinking that too. Because I remember specifically, I pulled a Pistol Pete Maravich right after I ate an edible, and I fell asleep. And the next morning, I woke up, and Pistol Pete was still there spinning the fucking ball on his finger.
That might have been the same 2K, bro. You remember the game? You remember?
No, it was, or that had to be 2K12, bro.
This was a long ass
Because
time
I'm still
ago.
in high school. This is sophomore year of high school. So
That's
it's
what I'm
2K12.
saying. Like, yeah, this was high school when we first started.
Yeah.
But I think we ain't started my team until like 2K14.
Every
I think I didn't start
15
till, like, around
minutes,
14
the
or
glitch
so.
worked.
That's crazy.
On the dot, 15 minutes. Whatever I was doing, I backed out, loaded up the glitch. It took 30 seconds, and then boom, you got. I don't remember how much VC it was.
He used to give you like a decent amount, but this is the thing. You can have it for like a 12-minute game. I think I had one for like 11 minutes. Like I had multiple. It wasn't just one. So you can load up like 5 in a row and get 5,000 VC. Yeah.
Facts.
I used to love the
Holy
GTA
shit.
glitches.
I was finna say I
GTA
must
glitches
have
was A1.
missed that because I was on a GTA glitch
GTA?
hard. When you go and take your car, you
And
sell
take
it
it to the
dash
That's what I
out,
was doing too.
and you get the car. The car's
Yup.
still there with the money
Bro,
there.
and then
Because
it
they
blew-
couldn't call it a glitch, so they couldn't patch it. It was an exploit, and it was their fault, so they could never patch that type of shit.
And I was young. GTA was fun. That's when GTA Online first came out, so it was still fairly new. And I would sit there for an hour and do
Bro,
it.
but
And
you
get
ever-
a bit-
But did you ever
just do
come
it.
back and be like, I wish I would have done that shit a little more? Because, bro, you used to get it like, it used to be like 200,000 for
No.
your car or something like that. Wasn't
You
it?
used to have a certain time you had to do it real fast. I've had times where I did it and my car was gone. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta go buy another car,
just
build it
remember-
up.
We had hop back on GTA after a long ass time, and I had no money. I had it for like the longest time in my life. I had to save up $500,000 in GTA to buy my car. And I remember we was doing this one. We was doing all the heist and
heist,
shit.
yeah.
The
This
heist
one,
is
this nigga
fun.
John was like,
He
we
shot
about
the
to fin-
motorcycles.
No, we about to finish the heist or whatever. We were literally about to finish the
Yes,
heist.
he dropped his bitch. What do you think?
We on the helicopter riding in. I don't know where he's talking about something.
You did when he crashed.
He talking about say what I won't jump. And me and
Nobody
Ter-
said nothing. It was dead quiet.
It's dead quiet. And me and Terrence is like, bro, stop playing. Like you don't got to do that. Next thing you know, we see this nigga jumping out, literally jumping like 1,000
And those
feet.
heists be hard to say.
Yeah.
So
It
like,
takes so much time, bro. And they put you right back at the
Facts.
bank, and you had to do all of that
Bro.
shit over again.
The fact that say won't and it was like
Because we knew he was for real.
We
Like,
know-
we,
yeah. And every time you died, your money pool was
Yes.
slightly lower.
I
I just want to know what was his purpose. He just wanted some attention to some shit. Say what I want, and ain't nobody say nothing. And you still did it. You don't used to have them heists to the team. Trey Sean. I got like $5 million fucking with Trey Sean. He'd give me 100% of the cut. Do it. It'd be fast, in and out. Do this. He had vehicles that fly and make the shit easier.
bro, that's what they got on that shit now. Is like
Yeah.
some alien type shit.
We just played.
yeah, we
recent-
was playing and they had some crazy shit.
Yeah, once you on, I showed y'all my penthouse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your
When was
penthouse.
that? What do you mean recent?
This was like a couple months after.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
some months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to show
Pierre
them.
got a crazy ass house.
I had to show them my shit. I live in it.
I don't know why, but that just came off as glazing to me.
Hey, KB, if you see my shit, you be glazing too. My shit
We
A1
was
on
in that
there.
bitch gambling.
Yeah, I got a.
Every penthouse exactly the same.
No, not this one.
Oh,
Not
okay.
this one. This is inside. Imagine the hotel we was just at. What hotel we was
The
at?
win. Oh no.
Oh,
no.
imagine a win. Imagine
Yeah.
a win, but you got a penthouse in there.
Okay.
So it's like a casino, but I got a penthouse in the casino. So
Right.
he was able to come in, get drunk, play blackjack. He got a haircut. It's the they had a casino update, and you got a penthouse.
There was a guy that was like, I'm not gonna play GTA, but I'm gonna load up every day to spin the wheel at the casino.
Yeah,
And
so
once
we're
I
down
hit
there.
the jackpot, then I'll start playing. And it took him like 2 months, but he did it. He hit the jackpot, and then he started playing.
It is. Damn.
I remember one time because you got the wheel in 2K.
Mhm.
I got the jackpot and that shit was like 250,000.
Oh, that was a
I
blessing.
took it right to my team. I didn't get shit. Literally.
Damn.
It's crazy how like these games are just blatant gambling. It's just, bro, opening packs in 2K, MLB, Madden, it's straight up
Opening packs
gambling.
make me mad. Cause
That's
it's
why
like,
that's why I like in game because I'm gonna get something.
Yeah.
I'm
For
like
real.
Denzel. I'm from around the way. I gotta leave with something. But when you playing early and you don't get shit, bro, you will
That shit
break your
demoralizing.
monitor. Yeah, you will break your monitor. It
That's why-
demoralize you or it make you stupid because then you gonna
Both.
put that shit in again. I'm getting something
Oh, that's why
That's
I
how
think
it
they
was
should
looking
have
for a
like
minute.
they should have them guaranteed like packs,
like MLB.
something like that. Something that like
but
you
Mike,
know you're
how are
getting
they
your
gonna
money
make
worth.
more money if they don't hold you
KB.
out of it?
People's gonna buy packs regardless. They is.
Like oh my god, with MLB when that new Elliot de la Cruz came out, dude said he spent 2.1 million stubs. And
Madden
didn't
had a
pull 'em.
whole pack strike for like several months.
How much
Yeah.
is that in real money?
$100 is 150,000 stubs. So I guess I.
You
can
said
do
how
it.
much? 2.5 million.
They had a strike.
2.1
People
million.
wasn't buying the packs.
Well, yeah, that was the goal. Is like we're gonna show them we don't like since they don't care, we're gonna stop spending money on them. People were still doing it.
It just wasn't as much.
Yeah, it wasn't as much. So, but nothing happened of it. They just kept doing their shit. I think they made minor changes, thinking like we were listening to y'all, but Pax is still the same.
2.1 million. My math formula's fucked up. 150,000 for $100.
For one, that's like 2,000.
I don't know. My math is 1,400.
You had
Okay.
14,000.
I had 14,000. I did something wrong. I knew that was way too much money. But yeah, that's not that much money when you think about it.
For a card? For a card that you probably don't like, you're not going to
In
use
2 months, he's just. But no, that card, all the quirks.
Nah, I see that. That motherfucker damn near 99.
That's 2
everything.
Dior shirts.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That ain't shit. Go get Ellie De La Cruz. Now you can just buy him on the market for a lot
But
less
this
than
is
that.
the thing, though. Every time he pops up and strikes out, I'm getting pissed off at it because I just spent $1,400 on this
Yeah,
card.
you the type of dude that hit 220 with that card.
I'm not paying for
Stop playing
1,400
with
for
me.
shit on a game
You
that ain't made me
you
no
ain't
money.
been on in a minute.
That don't mean shit.
To put 1,400 in to casually play is crazy. You better make some content.
Yeah, make that right. At least get a
I
tax
got my
write-off.
niggas batting over 300.
Is
He
it
need to
moonshot?
focus on that league.
No.
Jalen said you ain't going to the final. He said I'm gonna be
Jalen
playing
ass
him.
Is weak, bro. We locked in
You
on
know how many
Jalen and
undefeated
bust
teams
his
we got,
ass.
KB?
What's up?
Guess how many undefeated teams we got?
3.
One. He gonna say one and it's him.
I'm 10-0.
I was about to say, are you 2-0 or okay? 10-0.
I like taking my first loss because after that it's just like
It build
we don't-
character.
We don't care no more.
I was definitely anticipating it happening before I got to 10-0, but it didn't happen.
I'm telling you, with my loss, I had 2 losses at the time. If you told me I was gonna lose to Reese while I was up 16, I would have laughed in your face.
I thought my first loss was gonna come to Reese, but I came back and won. You
I
know,
wasn't expecting him that Giannis
my
was
team,
unstoppable.
we're shooting 50% from the free throw line as a team,
I seen you say something.
and we're not the worst free throw shooting team.
Who worse?
A bunch of teams.
I remember-
Kyron is shooting like 40-something%.
I remember
of
in
the
the
team.
last league with D Mills in there, I was checking like the points. per
Anthony
game.
Edwards is in the MVP race because he averages 39 points because of your one game.
That's crazy.
I was checking like the points per games, and this is like the old league, and I looked at D Mills' team. He's like the bottom of the
That's
league.
crazy.
He's averaging like 90 points per game on a 12-game sim
Damn.
or 12-minute sim.
We lead the league in point differential. We're like at 44. The rest of y'all is in the 20s. We be busting ass, boy.
I like to keep it close, keep it entertaining.
I get entertained.
I
by
will say
busting
Mike
ass.
do that. He'll let me stay
I
in
play
the
down to
game.
my competition a lot.
He'll let me stay in the game, but I'm probably not gonna win.
I let you do that one time, and that was boring. I gotta get my steals. I'm mad, bro. What's more valuable, a steal or a block?
A
steal.
steal.
Because it's guaranteed. possession.
Caruso averages 6 steals a game, and he's not the first in defensive player of the year. And the guys above him, they average like 3 blocks.
Yeah, because you can block a ball out of bounds and they just keep possession.
Or block it back to the team.
Yeah, steal is a steal.
Are they also equating just like straight up just rim protection? Like he also probably
just
they
think
also
two-
probably deterred.
I think 2K values the blocks more.
just the block.
Because I even looked like how many steals are they getting? Are they getting like 3 blocks and 4 steals? Because then they average more
Yeah.
defensive shit than him. But no, they average like three blocks, 1.5 to 2 steals, which is 5 stops. Caruso is 6 steals a game. He had 2 triple doubles with steals. No, he had a triple double with 12 steals, and he had a double double with 10 assists and 10 steals. And then I think last night he had a 12 steal game.
What round did you draft Caruso?
Maybe 4th.
Oh shit, you took him early.
Who? We lead the league in defense. The like, I don't know, because it's like, but the niggas all them centers, they're giving up points because the centers lead the league in scoring. Like Vic Wembanyama averaged 20, Chet averaged 20, and Embiid averaged 30. The centers are scoring, so I don't know. I just know.
You want Jeremy Grant?
Do I want Jimmy for what?
What you got?
No, I don't want him. I don't want him. That contract nasty. I just remember.
I told him about that.
I got somebody offering me Desmond Bain, Keldon Johnson, and Georges Niang for Austin Reeves, Brandon Clark, and AirPods.
Damn, so you was gonna take on 3 new
Damn, that
contracts.
nigga giving up on Desmond Bain?
Yeah,
I did look at Austin Reeves though. He do got a decent amount of badges, don't he?
He got 14.
Oh yeah.
He got a badge in every category, and he's shooting 45% from 3 right now. He's shooting 30% from the field, 39%, but he's shooting 40% from 3. But yeah, I mean Reeves cool. He come off the bench now. He's having his best games as a 6 man. But yeah, that's the end of the podcast, man. We'll see y'all
Hey.
Tuesday. We're going to have an episode and we're going to have an audio episode, so be prepared for that. When is the audio episode going to drop? The same day?
Thursday.
Thursday. So, yeah, look out for that. It feel good to be back in the stew.
Yes,
I
it
think we here for like a little month or something. Get a little break.
20 days.
How long was the
KB
pod?
counting down.
I can't see
No,
that
I just
time.
checked. I just put the flight.
Oh,
So it says
Damn.
21 days to check in. So 20 days until we 18.
KB get married next month, so we're going to have this wonderful month of work, and then we're going to play
At least
all
that's what
August.
we think.
Huh?
That's what we think.
What you mean?
I'm still undecided.
Oh, shit. I heard
I
how
was
much you
planning
spent.
up
You
there running.
decided. We out.
peace.